Well, good morning. Well, hello, Manansky.
Good morning.
I think I heard a lot from Stefan over the 2 weeks. I felt like there was no vacation at all.
Oh, well, it's better you than me.
He's
how
out
that
there.
goes.
He is out there.
I did hear from him wishing me a happy new year. I will say he came in. It's funny because Stefan is like a following. It's a cult following.
Yes.
So he came in.
Feel free to kill that, Davey, at any point there.
He was here for the Christmas Eve show, and we had talked about he couldn't make it in, so I was going to bring him some food. So I had a couple of people reach out to me to say, I hope you brought Stefan food, Well,
we didn't need to.
And I said, well, he came in, so he got his own food. So I kind of got a little nervous about it because we said we were going to do that, or I said I was going to do that. So then I couldn't believe this. I'm reaching out to Stefan. I text him. No response. I call him. No response. I text again the next day. No response. Turns out, I don't know, he was just busy or something, and he got enough food because we had, of course, a ton of leftovers here.
Yeah, he was here to get his own food and munch home. All right. We had, of course, tickets on sale right now. We looked at 2026 now. Tickets
Let's do it.
On sale for Jimmy Fallon coming Friday night. February 7th. Is that a Friday or Saturday?
It's
a Saturday night.
Yeah.
I don't know why it says
Day
Friday
before
here.
Super Bowl, whatever number we're on
Super
now.
Bowl weekend.
Yes, it is.
And Jimmy will be at the Rome Capitol. Tickets are on sale. Go to RomeCapitol.com. Remember, that's Capital with an O, CAPITOL.com. And get your tickets. I know that I've been hearing from some who've already gotten theirs, who really are looking to get those up front, really close tickets, and there still are some of those available if you're interested.
Look, it's
check it out.
It's a great after Christmas gift as well. If you couldn't get it in time, he's hilarious. It's always a good time, a good show.
It'll be great. Yeah.
If you've seen him before, it's always new material. I mean, geez, look, I'm not even going to just put this on the Trump administration. With both sides of government, there's plenty of material daily. There's a lot you can go after.
There's a lot, and he'll run with it. We'll have a few things that we're going to do, and we might even have a little contest that we'll be announcing this week as well. So
awesome.
Hobica's free money question of the day. We'll start off 2026, Davey, with how much we're going to. It is the first day of the new year. What are you looking at there, Johnny Rocket?
100.
Well, I think that at least the first week, you could probably do $1.85, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of the listeners just heard $100 and they hit the snooze button again. They'll do it for $175.
We'll go to $185.
$185.
So listen, that I stayed up late last night because I just can't sleep anymore. It seems. And watched the Baltimore-Pittsburgh game. Did you watch that?
What a game. My neighbor is a diehard Ravens fan.
Oh,
I was watching it at his house yesterday.
Awful end for the Ravens. And, everybody's out there saying, this is it, Harbaugh will be fired. I don't know that you can put that on Harbaugh, right?
Yeah, it is tough. We were having the conversation during the game. Is it Jackson? Or is it Harbaugh? Because one of them chokes in the clutch.
Yeah,
one of them does not show up to the big games. I mean, that team's underperformed.
I got to tell you.
The quarterback they have, one of the greatest running backs of all times, a stout defense and good wide receivers, and arguably a good coaching staff. How haven't really, it would have been one Super Bowl? That's a really good team.
Derrick Henry actually had a really good year, despite all of it. In fact, he was 40 yards away at one point of the rushing record. So what did he end up with? Because Cook was in the lead going into that. Did Cook get it, or did
no? I believe
Derrick Henry got it.
I believe Henry got it. I believe Henry got the season rushing.
Very, very close.
I'm checking right now.
Yeah.
I believe they did say, because I remember thinking to myself, well, he's going to get the rushing record, but he's not going to be happy because, actually it says Cook.
Cook got it. I think
16-21 to 15-95.
In the second half, Henry was really shut down and also wasn't playing a lot. I wasn't in a lot. I'm like, I think Cook could pull this off. So you think about it, for Cook, he only got in, they gave him all opportunities in the first half, but they didn't play him in the second half, the Bills. Which, you want to go in healthy. The thing that really matters. It was interesting to watch, Davey, the Bills playing, and all of the players that were reaching their bonus, and the announcers had it. That was the added. You needed a little added excitement, right? A little competition. So it was like, well, he gets one more touchdown. That's $150,000, or what? And there were several players that reached their bonus goal.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And Cook, that was his big goal. He really, really wanted to get the rushing title.
And on top of that, I do have to say, I love the Bills' traditional uniform with the red helmet.
Yeah.
The white looks sharp, but I love that look they had yesterday. It just reminds me of, when they were the powerhouse in the early 90s.
Davey, I'm getting word that the app is not working. Probably because it was
one
football.
thing, it's another.
I did what I had to do.
Can we try that one more time? Let's try it again.
Yeah.
Put that in here, and we'll see what happens when we take a break. YouTube is up and running, though. If the app is not, I'm glad to see we're starting off 2026 with technical issues. How about the Venezuela thing? That was something to watch. And it is, it depends on who you're talking to. This was either, first of all, it was a spectacular display of our military, period. But, we are going into Venezuela, but it was perfect. You think about things that even Trump mentioned back to the Jimmy Carter days when he was trying to rescue the hostages in Iraq or in Iran. That was a debacle. In fact, I think that was the major headline in all the major papers, debacle. And, of course, military soldiers lost their lives in that raid. But here... we went in, and it seemed like it was just perfect. So the question is, are we going to have to go back in? Is this new vice president, now president of Venezuela, going to work with Trump and the administration, or what? Are we in the midst of nation building? A lot of questions out there. Trump says no. Marco Rubio, all over the shows yesterday. We'll speak with Evan Brown on a lot of that coming up later on this morning. But it was something to watch.
How do you characterize nation building? What does that mean to you?
Well, that would mean that you take out you take out their leadership and you help them rebuild. That's really what we're trying to do. We're trying to force them from outside to at least operate the government in a way where they're doing business with the United States. We've been hearing all about the drugs, all about the narco terrorism and blowing up the boats, but when this was all said and done, there was no talk of drugs. It's oil, and that's a big part of it. Although we won't see any real significant results from this for a couple of years because their infrastructure is just is dilapidated.
So I guess the genesis of the question is, first of all, there was a report a couple months ago that Maduro had called Trump and said, look, if you want the oil, we'll get you the oil. It's not a problem. So I don't know what the deal is there, but I guess what I'm getting to is we have a habit of going into other countries and trying to Americanize them or make them adopt our form of democracy or do things our way. And I don't know what our batting average is, but it's like the Mendoza line. We're not good at it.
It does seem like we
pay a ton of money of our tax dollars.
Yeah.
We rebuild another country when we have bridges and roads that need significant repair.
You sound like Marjorie Taylor Greene. That's what she was spewing yesterday on all of the shows. Let's bring in. I give him a great deal of credit. He's with us this morning. The one and only Ryan Schmelz, Fox News Radio.
That's a tough loss, man. I'm sorry. They are the best 1 in 5 team I've ever seen. They are.
Yeah, no doubt. I think there will be some people in Baltimore who are sneakily happy with yesterday because they think that might be what is needed to make significant changes in Baltimore. Whether or not Steve Bisciotti is going to make those changes, I don't know. But, this is probably the closest John Harbaugh, or maybe the hottest John Harbaugh seat has ever been since I've been a Ravens fan. And, he got pretty close to, I think, being fired after they missed the playoffs 3 times with Joe Flacco as the quarterback. You'll remember Lamar Jackson became the starter the next season, and they won 10 games and made the playoffs, won the division. But now Harbaugh's seat might be a little hot right now.
Yeah. Yeah, we were just talking. Do you blame, as a fan who watches, every single snap, is it Is it Harbaugh or is it Jackson? Because one of them doesn't show up in the big games a lot of times.
Well, Lamar Jackson threw 3 touchdown passes yesterday and avoided a sack where he had 2 people literally on his back and all that. So I don't know how you could blame Lamar Jackson for what happened yesterday.
That was the on his back play that you're referencing was, I'm a Josh Allen fan, and I we brag, and that move was, I don't know how he got out of that. It was unbelievable. That was like one of the best plays I've seen all year of a quarterback escaping.
And this is the worst offensive line Lamar Jackson has played under since he's been a Raven. There is they have 2 guards on the team. One of them goes viral about every single week, with fans just questioning why he hasn't been benched yet. And you saw yesterday him miss a couple blocks that made people be like, wow, okay, they're putting Lamar in harm's way by having this offensive line come out every single week. So those questions keep getting asked. And, of course, look, I mean, Zach Orr was John Harbaugh's hire as the defensive coordinator. And, I mean, he's had this has probably been one of the worst defenses the Ravens have rolled out in years. So, I mean, I think that, judging by how Ravens fans react, most of the blame is falling on Harbaugh. There's definitely Lamar's got a couple haters here and there, but I think after you saw that one that Mike Preston column from a couple weeks ago, the fan base seems pretty behind Lamar Jackson right now. And of course, too, you got to keep in mind Lamar Jackson's got a no trade clause, so one's a lot easier to get rid of than the other one is.
The other takeaway from that is Aaron Rodgers last night. I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due.
I can't believe it.
And then I thought they blew it. The extra point is missed. The best the Ravens could have done was tie. Now they're marching down the field to kick. If you didn't see the end of this game, they're marching down the field to kick the field goal, and they miss the winning field goal.
And that's where some other criticism came from Harbaugh, at least some I was watching yesterday, where people, they made the decision to have Lamar just, walk to the center of the field, take a knee, and then, let the clock roll until the last second, call a timeout, let the kicker go. It's a rookie kicker. I mean, he should have made that field goal, no doubt. But I think that some fans are pointing out, well, why didn't you run the ball up the middle one more time with Derrick Henry when the Steelers' defense was exhausted? Or run the ball up the middle with Lamar Jackson, try to get just a little bit closer. Their kicker had an easier field goal to kick, and that's not what happened yesterday. And they had a timeout to use.
Yeah, what a tough tough ending to a long season for the Ravens. But Manansky was talking about this earlier. Shocking that Chiefs Ravens. Yeah. Wow.
Bill's got no excuse this year.
No. Except, they got to do it all on the road. We'll see. Everybody seems to be getting healthy except for their kickers. So, all right. A lot of news during the break and the weekend. Of course, the biggest of all, of course, was Venezuela. Trump saying that he was apprehensive to make this move at one point.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, he campaigned on not really being involved in regime changes like this, though he's not been afraid to use military force throughout his presidency. Think about Soleimani and some of the other terror leaders that he's taken out in the past. And certainly, this was a unique one, though. First of all, South America, the United States has not really had much of a presence there militarily or within a law enforcement perspective. But this is a bold move, going right into the man's house, taking him and his wife out of there and extracting them with very little pushback. I mean, I believe the biggest extent of damage was that a plane was hit by a couple bullets, but it was still flyable at the end of the day.
Right.
So, I mean, this was a bold operation, one a lot of people did not see coming. And, of course, now the questions are what happens next and how does that get executed?
Yeah. There was this element of pride when you're watching to see how this whole thing was done. Pride in the military. I understand it's Venezuela. We're not dealing with Russia or China here, but it still was a perfect operation. And so the question is going to be, during the press conference, of course, Trump saying, we're going to operate Venezuela. That makes people very nervous. Marco Rubio kind of talked that back yesterday. But it is interesting. It's not, you were asking Manaski about how we go in and try to impose democracy on a country. Now, they at least have, Venezuela has a history of democracy, so that would be easier. But we're really not doing this. We're taking the old administration, the next in line, and letting her run things. I mean, we're not going back to the woman who just won the Nobel Peace Prize and saying, here's your democracy, make it work. So I think this is it's a unique approach.
Yeah. Well, and if you go off kind of how Rubio has explained it, it's he'll say, this wasn't about regime change. This was the fact that Nicolas Maduro was considered to be a narco-terrorist, and we need to arrest narco-terrorists.
Yeah.
So they went in there and they arrested him, and they don't really recognize him as a sovereign leader because they've always viewed his election as illegitimate, and they've asked him to leave office many times. He's refused to do so. And they said that they've given him ample
opportunity
to leave office, and he did not. And so they decided to go in there and arrest him.
Yeah.
So in many cases, they're saying, okay, yes, well, he was the narco-terrorist. The vice president is not the narco-terrorist, so she has a chance to run the country. But they've made it pretty clear that she needs to cooperate. And if they designate her as a narco-terrorist, I mean, in many ways, they could probably do what they just did to Maduro.
It was interesting. Right after Trump had announced during that press conference that, I think we talked with her, and she said, President Trump, whatever you need, I'll do whatever it takes. 2 minutes later, she tweets out, this was illegal. Please release. He must be released immediately. But it'll be interesting to see what comes in the days to come here. It'll be very interesting. So, all right, Ryan, Happy New Year, by the way.
Happy New Year.
Sorry, man. I was pulling for you. I was last night for sure.
It's all good.
I thought it was, honestly, I thought it was done.
Ole Miss won. Okay, like
Ole
Miss
Right.
on
Can't
track
have
to
it
win
all,
a
right?
national championship. So I'm good. Yeah, I'm good right now.
Listen, I don't have that. I mean, Syracuse continues to struggle in basketball, so can't even talk football. Ryan Schmelz, thank you. Have a great rest of the week. We'll talk soon.
Hey, sounds good. Thank you.
Right, Ryan Schmelz from Fox News Radio. Manaski has an update on news coming right up here. It's Monday after the long holiday. Happy New Year, and it's 6:38 at WIBX.
Bill, we have cloudy skies and 15 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 6:39. This news update is brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Visit clintontractor.net. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro is expected to make his first court appearance in New York today after his capture by U.S. military forces over the weekend. President Trump has said the U.S. will effectively run the South American country until such time as power can be successfully transferred. Federal prosecutors are charging Maduro, his wife, and their adult son with drug trafficking. Police activity was reported overnight at Vice President J.D. Vance's home in Cincinnati, Ohio. Video from the scene showed windows apparently damaged in what may have been an act of vandalism or an attempted break-in. Local police say a suspect is in custody. The Secret Service has not yet commented on the incident. The first trial connected to the police response to the mass shooting at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas, is set to start today with jury selection. Former Uvalde school officer Adrian Gonzalez stands accused of failing to engage the gunman after arriving at Robb Elementary School during the May 2022 massacre that left 19 children and two teachers dead. He faces 29 felony counts of abandoning or endangering a child. Community members in Northridge, California are demanding answers after a man was shot and killed by an off-duty ICE agent. A vigil was held Sunday night for Keith Porter, who was killed on New Year's Eve. Authorities have said Porter was shot by an off-duty ICE officer when he pointed a rifle at him and refused orders to drop the weapon. Black Lives Matter Los Angeles is holding a meeting today with the district attorney over the incident. Barry Manilow is out with a health update after being diagnosed with lung cancer last month. Taking to Instagram, the legendary singer posted a grinning selfie from the hospital bed along with the caption, "Better today." Manilow has canceled his January performances as a result of that diagnosis. And it's a wrap on the 31st Annual Critics' Choice Awards. One battle after another won the night's most coveted prize, being named Best Picture. Best Actor went to Timothée Chalamet for his role in Marty Supreme, while Jessie Buckley walked away with the trophy for Best Actress for her role in Hamnet. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time coming up on 6:42. More snow coming. Here's your Weather Center forecast.
All right, in the short term, maybe through most of the week, it's more mild or at least reasonable temperatures than cold, but the cold's coming back. Snow showers around today, not looking for much in the way of accumulation. There could be a couple of inches in some spots. 28 tonight, some snow showers, and then tomorrow it's rain showers in the afternoon, 37. Chance of rain and snow showers Wednesday. For the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stitchick, WIBX 950 AM at 92.3 FM.
I don't know if you've peeked that far ahead yet, but Friday, Saturday, mid-40s, maybe 50.
Yeah, it's going to warm up a little bit. We got a lot of snow over this last couple weeks.
It's like every day. At some point during the day, even if the sun's out, the sun will tuck behind the clouds, and it'll snow for 10 minutes, 20 minutes.
Right. It's just snowing. We're getting some bit of accumulation, albeit maybe small in some areas, every single day. Davey, how did you guys do in North Rome? You had to get a lot of snow.
Yeah, I'm sick of it already.
Yeah, man.
He's been up on the roof, shoveling the roof.
I have.
Yeah, you got. In some places you're looking at over 2 feet of snow on the roof.
When you called me the other day, I was just coming in from outside, finishing off shoveling my roof.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, here we go. Another winter seems like last year. Hopefully it won't be as long. Let's hope. All right, coming up, much to get to. We'll get into some of the news, and this morning we'll get down the year in review, some of the top stories that we had here, and you'll let us know if we missed anything. In 2025, we'll get to that coming up. Also, Mike's free money question this morning is worth $185, and we'll do it coming up at WIBX.
Hey, man, thanks for coming so fast. I couldn't get anyone else to pick up.
Yeah, it's been a busy week. I'm not complaining, though. Business is way up lately.
Wow, good for you. I've been trying to grow my accounting practice, but it's been pretty slow.
Yeah, I was in the same boat last year. What really helped me was checking out this site, mylocalcustomers.com.
Never heard of it.
Well, most people haven't. It gives you a look at how many people in town are searching for what you do, and it also provides a plan to help them actually find you.
Like online?
Exactly. It's eye-opening, and it only takes a couple minutes to get started.
Huh, well, you fixed my sink. Maybe you just fixed my business, too.
Want to know how many people in your area are searching for your type of business? Start with a local customer analysis at mylocalcustomers.com. It's quick, it's easy, and it's free. Go to mylocalcustomers.com today.
That's mylocalcustomers.com. mylocalcustomers.com.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar. 315-444-4444.
Embarrassed by ugly yellow toe fungus?
Living with toe fungus it's embarrassing. I was afraid to take my socks off. I hid my yellow and crumbly toes from everybody.
Introducing Crystal Flush. Crystal Flush is the only FDA-registered 2-in-1 home treatment that attacks your toe fungus from both the inside and out. Crystal Flush's new and different combination system knocks out toe fungus for good. Guaranteed.
Crystal Flush is different. After just a few weeks, my fungus was gone. 100% disappeared. Crystal Flush was the only thing that ever worked. So if you're skeptical because you tried a bunch of other stuff, Crystal Flush is different. This is a game changer.
Crystal Flush is now available without a prescription, but it is not available in stores. Get your risk-free supply today. Go to crystalflush.com. That's CRYSTAL flush.com. Stop being embarrassed by ugly yellow toenails. Go to crystalflush.com or call 800-204-4484.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Mike.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
I think we can talk a lot about some of the things that, well, the app, Davey, that worked. The app is back on.
Good job, Smitty.
Nice. Some of the things we'll talk about here this morning, there was a lot that really went down in 2025. It was certainly a busy year for us in this area. A lot of good things, a lot of rough things to deal with, and we'll get to that. On the line right now, he's up and running for 2026. Wishing everybody a happy new year. Well, hello, Stefan.
Well, hello, Bill, and happy New Year.
All right, what did you think of what did you think of the Bills game? That was what you'd expect, but they seem to be pretty healthy. Other than that Matt Prater, that looks like he's going to be out. Nobody knows who the kicker's going to be for the Bills.
But last week's game was a doozy there. The Bills should have won, and it wasn't meant to be, I guess.
Yeah, well, you can't always show up. You can't always show up in the second half. And at least in this game, I realize it was the Jets, but they played all 4 quarters, so. That's what they're going to have to do, and they're going to have to do it on the road starting this weekend, Stefan. So we'll see what happens.
Now, I was away for the New Year's holiday, and I got to see a wooden crab go down a flagpole like the ball goes down in New York City, and we called it the crab drop.
Crab drop. Where did you go? Where's your mom?
Maryland.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Big area for crabs. So instead of the ball dropping, they have a giant crab that drops.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Into 2026. Did you have some good crab meat? Did you eat some crab?
No, I did not, but there's always a next time to do that.
There's always a next time. So, all right, well, listen, that's awesome, and that's kind of what would we drop here? I mean, we drop a ball.
Right? Half a moon.
Could do a half moon, yeah. Could do Chicken Ricky would look a little weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Greens would be weird.
Turkey joint would not look right. You know what? It should be a can of Utica Club. A giant Utica Club can.
Yeah, the can turns over and some liquid pours out into a glass, maybe?
That's it. When the glass is full, it's 2027. Maybe that'll be what we do next year. Okay, Stefan, thanks, man.
Bye, Bill, and bye, guys. Have a great new year, and hopefully 2026 is better than last year.
Yes. Let's hope that's the case. You got company over there, Stefan?
Yes, I do. I'm out right now.
Oh, you're out. Where
out and about?
You're out and about. Where are you now?
At a convenience store.
Oh, okay. All right.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm glad you're talking quietly so no one can hear you.
Right.
How's the foot doing, buddy?
Ankle.
A lot better. I should be better I'm in a walking boot still, and I should be better in about 4 to 6 weeks now.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm taking him to a game at the end of the month. He wants to go. He's been hounding me to take him to a Colgate basketball game.
Oh, okay.
So we came to a conclusion during the Christmas Eve show when he was here. I'm gonna take him to one at the end of the month.
All right.
Very
okay,
nice,
Stefan. Glad to see that walking boot is not. We have the Stefan song we're gonna have to play, don't you think? We'll get to that before 7. Glad to see the walking boot is not slowing you down, right?
Yeah. And this boot is made for walking.
It is. It really is. So, all right, Stefan, good stuff, man. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Later, buddy.
You have a good one, and I'm going to let him go.
Hamilton, New York is on notice. He's coming.
Yeah, he's a-coming. So the song, which we actually were able to see if I can get this thing to play here.
Well, hello, this is Stefan.
We were able to debut this during the Christmas show, and this is he fell on the ice at the busy corner, and he's kind of blaming the city for not salting the streets.
It was the same day that we had lunch with him.
It was, and he walked around all day with a broken ankle. So here is his little introduction to his song.
The other day, I was boarding a bus and I slipped on the sidewalk by the busy corner. I broke my ankle and now I have to wear a walking boot. This is my message to Mayor Galimi.
I thought it was kind of funny watching the mayor hear this in studio for the first time.
You keep saying you made Utica better. Something Mayor Galimi you promised to do. Well, I was walking on the busy corner sidewalk. I slipped on the ice and split my ankle in two. This ankle boot's made for walking, and that's just what I'll do. One of these days, this boot is gonna walk all over you.
He's got a little Nancy
Yeah,
Sinatra,
can you say lawsuit?
a little Nancy Sinatra
Well,
sound.
hello, Bill.
Just a little bit, kind of, maybe.
You keep saying the sidewalks are salted. I'm on the ground and I'm saying that ain't true. You said raising taxes would make us safer. Now I'm held up in my apartment, nothing to do. This ankle boot's made for walking. I might have to sue. Or maybe I'll limp to City Hall. Stick this boot right up your toosh.
Supposed to be tush, but somehow it got to be tush.
Are you ready, Mr. Mayor? I'm gonna start limping.
He's limping.
Here I come.
Well, there, and I got to tell you,
Yeah, can you say lawsuit? Well, hello, Bill. This is Stephen signing off.
all right, there you go. So, I got to say, if I could, to a little sneak behind the curtain. So this idea I came up with this idea on the 23rd, the day before our big Christmas show. So with everything going on, you know, we're working all day to get everything ready and get the final guests booked and get the music ready and everything. I'm like how am I going to work this out? And I'm not having him come to my house. So believe it or not, that is Stefan without the music, and then I put it through I put it through auto-tune. That is Stefan without the music on his cell phone.
Yeah, that's
wild, right? I mean,
is.
it doesn't sound like it's perfect, but that's why, because it's him on his cell phone, and then we tweaked it a little bit to kind of get it somewhat in tune and to make it work. But that's wild. Technology today.
I feel like he should have a Christmas song next, even something simple like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Maybe that'll be, maybe we'll start with an Easter song. It could be. In your Easter bonnet or something. Okay, what do I have here? 21-year-old guy in Florida. All the good stories come from there. 21-year-old in Florida was arrested after he fired a gun while celebrating on New Year's. The bullet went through a woman's bedroom wall and ended up under her pillow. Luckily, she's okay. Here are the homeowners talking about the scary ordeal.
About 11:58 is when all the gunshots happened around the neighborhood. By 12:15, there was bullets flying through our house.
My 4-year-old, luckily, he normally sleeps in our bed, and just by the grace of God, he wasn't in there that night. The bullet was right there by my pillow. I remember it being very hot, and that's when I grabbed my son, and we went into the other bedroom because we didn't know what else was coming in.
Yeah. Jeez. Happy New Year. How about the the sheriff up north? Here, there was apparently a fight. Davey, you know this story. It was
Sheriff Campanelli, Mike of Lewis County. He was at the Osceola Hotel.
He was at the party was at the hotel.
Yep.
People started fighting, and I like how they describe it as the people came in from Oneida County and were starting to fight. So apparently it was an invasion from people from here. So he tried to get them to stop. He said at one point he was pushed by one of the fighters, so he took out his gun and he fired it 3 times in the air, and he said that stopped the fighting.
Yeah, I would imagine. As long as it didn't, I guess start return fire.
I would think, though, right, that's another issue you'd have to be worried about. But I got to tell you, people up there love it. I'm not sure if it were to happen here, we would be loving it here. And you know, what goes up must come down.
Right.
But he said he shot it upward into a field, and it would come down in a field. The bullet would probably come down in a field. So over the holiday, we started watching a show called The Pit.
Okay, what's this about?
I remember the guy that used to be on ER. He was like one of the main characters on ER. He's like the main character on The Pit, and it's an emergency room.
Oh, okay.
But it's very unique in that each episode. So the episode 1 starts at like 7 in the morning.
Okay.
Episode 2 is 8 in the morning. Episode 3 is 9 o'clock, the 9 o'clock hour. So each episode is an hour long, and it is and that until you get to like the 14th episode, and that's the season. So it's really, so the span is over the course of one day in this emergency room in Pittsburgh.
Is it real or it's written?
It's written.
Okay. All right,
But I imagine a lot of the stuff is based on real things.
Stuff. Yeah.
But
I didn't know if they just took an actual busy day and made that a whole season, but.
Well, that's it. That's what
it's
it
scripted
is.
That way,
but
yeah,
it's scripted.
It's like, I think, wasn't there a show called 24 where the whole season
that
was
might
one
have been
day?
the same thing. Yes, same type of thing.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, it's unbelievable. But it is, if you've ever had any experience in an emergency room, any difficult experience, any bad experience, it is traumatic. Like, you go to bed after an episode, like you are, it's not for everybody. I'm just going to say, but it's really, really
it's not
good.
for me, I'll tell you that.
News coming right up here. Top of the hour. Stand by.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Service. Family owned and operated since 1980, Tallman's is proud to provide trusted, professional auto care to our community. From brake repairs and New York State inspections to check engine light diagnostic to four-wheel alignments, Tallman's Tire and Auto Service accept all aftermarket warranties, and they specialize in fleet vehicles, accepting all fleet maintenance programs. When your vehicle needs attention, you can count on them to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Save time and money. Schedule your appointment today at tallmanstire.com.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with the lifetime subscription for 65% off. Just go to Babbel.com and start today. Babbel teaches you relevant words and phrases, so you can start speaking with confidence in as little as 3 weeks. And because Babbel's bite-sized lessons fit easily into your daily routine and are easy to remember, you'll be talking like a local in time for takeoff. Dive into the world of language learning content with Babbel's videos, podcasts, and stories from around the world.
WIBX Utica Road, W295 From the WB Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
From the leader in Venezuela to an inmate in New York City. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's where Nicolas Maduro, captured in that U.S. operation Saturday, is jailed, and in 5 hours will be arraigned.
Set to face charges that he ran a multi-billion-dollar drug operation with the Sinaloa and Zeta cartels and others that flooded our country with hundreds of tons of cocaine over 2 decades. He faces 4 counts. Narco-terrorism conspiracy, cocaine importation conspiracy, possession of machine guns and destructive devices, and conspiracy to possess machine guns and destructive devices. His wife, Celia, who was also captured and is in U.S. custody, faces similar charges, as does their son, Nicholas, and other government officials who are also charged.
Fox's Eric Shawn outside that federal court in Manhattan. Congressional leaders will get a briefing today on the operation that captured Maduro. Democrats have called it illegal. President Trump told reporters in Air Force One flying back to the White House, Venezuela's a mess and the U.S. is in charge now.
We're going to just take care of the country. We need total access. We need access to the oil and to other things in their country that allow us to rebuild their country.
Venezuela's acting president, Delcy Rodriguez, is offering cooperation in a statement.
Our peoples and our region deserve peace and dialogue, not war. Rodriguez takes over today, having been told by President Trump she could pay a very big price if she doesn't do what's right. She's offered to collaborate with the United States. Meanwhile, Cuba is mourning the deaths of 32 of its citizens as a result of the U.S. operation in Venezuela. The communist-run country supplied much of Maduro's security detail.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. President Trump also told reporters he thinks Cuba looks ready to fall. And he said this:
We need Greenland from a national security situation.
The president has talked about taking Greenland before, but it's a territory of Denmark. The Danish prime minister says the U.S. has no right to it and should stop the threats. America's listening to Fox News.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year, when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, scream in terror, and start looking for new ways to save money. If that's you, why not cut your wireless bill in half with a saver plan from Pure Talk? You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast 5G network for just $20 a month. Ho, ho, ho. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in minutes. Again, talk, text, and data for just $20 a month.
We mentioned congressional leaders getting a briefing on the Venezuela operation later this afternoon. As lawmakers return, they start a year that includes the midterm elections with control of the next Congress on the line. President Trump hopes Republicans stay in charge.
Before ending his year at Mar-a-Lago, President Trump rallied supporters last month in Pennsylvania and North Carolina, states that could prove pivotal in the outcome of this year's midterm elections. White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles says the president will campaign like it's 2024 to support Republican candidates up and down the ballot. A challenge for Republicans is energizing the coalition President Trump built in 2024, made up in part with lower propensity voters. Democrats won back the House in 2018, the first midterm of President Trump's first term. In Washington, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising after the year started Friday with a big surge for the Dow, rising 319 points. The NASDAQ, though, started 2026, dropping 6 points. The NFL's regular season is over, with the last game last night ending on a dramatic last-second kick.
2 final playoff spots were decided on Sunday, with the Pittsburgh Steelers beating the Baltimore Ravens in a winner-take-all game for the AFC North title on a missed field goal, and the Carolina Panthers winning a 3-way tiebreaker over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons for the NFC South title. For the Falcons, the strong end to the year wasn't enough to save the jobs of head coach Raheem Morris and general manager Terry Fontenot, with the team announcing that both have been fired. Meanwhile, the rest of the playoff order was set, with the Denver Broncos clinching the top seed in the AFC in a first-round bye, while the Jacksonville Jaguars locked up the AFC South and will host a playoff game. On the other end, despite winning, the Las Vegas Raiders clinched the top overall pick in the draft. Greg Thompson, Fox News.
Now, the day after the regular season is called Black Monday in the NFL, so there could be other teams that miss the playoffs firing coaches. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
We have some clouds, 15 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM News Time is 7:05. This news update brought to you by the Stanley Center for the Arts. Well, some areas of central New York could see some accumulating snowfall today. Forecasters say precipitation arrives this morning and could last into the evening hours. Again, this is spotty here in central New York. Some areas could see up to 6 inches of snow. Others will just see a dusting. Many folks still digging out from lake effect storms that hit over the past several days and dropped feet of snow in the North Country and the Tug Hill Plateau. We'll take a closer look at your forecast coming up in just 2 minutes. A water main break in New York Mills caused a service disruption Sunday evening. It was reported around 6:30. Water service has been restored, but it was the latest water main break in a series of events that kept the Mohawk Valley Water Authority busy over the weekend. Since Saturday, the MVWA has had to deal with nearly a half a dozen water main breaks, including Ballantyne Bray in Utica, Oneida and Arlington Terrace, Commercial Drive in New Hartford, and Burr Ave in New York Mills. The latest updates are posted at mvwa.us. Some tense moments as Utica fire crews were battling a fire at a 2.5-story building at 1572 Elm Street. Now, responding firefighters found heavy smoke coming from the building as they arrived. The concern surrounded the location of an elderly couple who may have been trapped inside. Fortunately, that was not the case. The blaze was extinguished and no injuries were reported. The cause of the fire determined to be an overloaded electrical unit. And as has been the case for weeks, local gas prices are slowly trickling down. AAA says the average cost for a gallon of regular fuel right now is $3.01. That's down a penny in the past 7 days, also 7 cents less than it was 1 month ago. Currently, the statewide average for gas is $3.03. Nationally, it is at $2.81. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM News Time coming up on 7:08. Here's a look at your Weather Center forecast.
All right, in the short term, maybe through most of the week, it's more mild or at least reasonable temperatures than cold, but the cold's coming back. Snow showers around today, not looking for much in the way of accumulation. There could be a couple of inches in some spots. 28 tonight, some snow showers, and then tomorrow it's rain showers in the afternoon, 37. Chance of rain and snow showers Wednesday. For the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stitchick, WIBX 950 AM at 92.3 FM.
Right now, 16 in Utica, 15 in New York Mills, and 15 in Rome. It is 7:08. All right, in sports, the Bills get a win with a backup quarterback. The Giants get a victory when they're trying to lose for the second week in a row. And, of course, the Jets end the season, I believe, the first team in modern history to go an entire season without a secondary getting one interception.
That statistic is crazy.
It's unbelievable. By accident. If you watched games yesterday, you saw teams getting interceptions by accident.
The Jets did not have a single interception this season. That
wild
is mind-blowing.
It really is. So here was the deal. The regular season wrapped up Sunday. Last night, a dramatic game. The Baltimore Ravens miss a field goal. Their rookie kicker misses a field goal as time expires in Pittsburgh. So the Steelers win the AFC North. The Ravens go home. No playoffs for Baltimore. They made a great run after a 1-5 start to the season, but this postseason will have no Chiefs, no Ravens. It's the Broncos, Patriots, and Jags winning their games yesterday to claim spots 1 through 3. The Steelers edged the Ravens last night for the 4 seed in the NFC. The Bears and Eagles are spots 2 and 3. Number 1 goes to Seattle. The Panthers backed into the NFC South title despite their loss on Saturday as the Falcons took down the Saints on Sunday. So Carolina gets the division there. The wild card round begins on Saturday. The Buffalo Bills are going to get the Jacksonville Jaguars in the opening round. We'll talk about that coming up as well. Plus, what are the chances that the Bills could have a home playoff game? Very slim, but we'll discuss that possibility as well. The Giants beat the Cowboys 34-17. Jackson Dart, 230 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Giants end the season with back-to-back wins to finish 4-13. They go from having the first overall pick to now the 5th overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, which is now like 107 days away. But who's counting? The Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock. The Silver and Black do get the first overall pick, despite the fact that they beat the Chiefs in their final game on Sunday. In the NBA, the Knicks are in need of a victory. New York has tied its season losing streak of 3 games entering tonight's contest. They are visiting the Detroit Pistons. The Nets pulled off a stunner, taking down the Nuggets 127-115 at the Barclays Center. Michael Porter Jr. tied a game high in scoring with 27 points. Brooklyn now 11-22 after they snapped a 3-game slide. Did you Pioneers game this weekend?
I did not get to any games at all.
It was like a brawl, I'm told.
The Pioneers game?
Pioneers game. My son told me at one point there were 6 players in the penalty box.
Wow. And that doesn't normally happen in
No.
college.
No, and I think he
Yeah.
said there were 3 ejections. Now, again, that's on the word of a 10-year-old. I'm going to have to go back and double-check this. But what I can tell you for sure is the Pioneers beat Newman by a final of 4-1.
Okay. All right. That's a big win.
It is a big win.
For Utica. Okay, and then we had the story of the Comets, of course, playing at home and then on the road. I know they lost their first game of 2026. And is it Neil? Neil's on the line. Neil, you're on. Good morning.
How you doing, Bill?
How are you, Neil? What's happening?
Oh, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
You know, we all lost Rob Reiner, who was also known as Meathead.
Mm-hmm. That was
Well,
terrible.
we got a new name. Got a new name for him.
Okay.
Oh wait, hang on a second.
All right.
Yeah, his son cut him up into pieces. Now he's mincemeat head.
Well, this is Gilbert Gottfried calling in.
Yes, sir.
That's good. That's some good. You do. What other impressions do you do, Neil?
Bill, your mother will be so proud of you.
Okay. All right. And that is, of course,
Grover.
Grover. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that. Grover's always angry, though. So you should be saying, when you do Grover, you should say something angry.
Well, Grover doesn't. He does. The reason he's angry is because he's not too bright.
He's not too bright. That's very true. How many impressions do you do?
Oh, I don't know.
A lot of them. Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah, quite a few.
Well, your Gilbert is really good. That's a really good one.
Gilbert was good. I thought Grover was decent.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to tell you, myself and I think Andrew Dominio fall into this category. When you ask how many impressions do you do, the answer is probably hundreds. So the better question is, how many do you do well? That's the important question.
That is, and you want to stay with the ones you do really well with. That's the key.
Yes, that is the key.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, hello, Bill.
Yes, and of course that is Ernie from Sesame Street.
I think that's Stefan
That's Stefan.
From what's
All
the
right.
street he lives on? We got to find out.
All right, there, Neil. Thank you, man. We appreciate it, and enjoy.
Hey, guys, have a great day.
Happy New Year. Enjoy
You
your
too, man.
impressions. Thank you, man.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. That's Neil. We'll refer to Neil as the impressionist. Neil the impressionist. If you certainly he does a pretty good job on Gilbert Gottfried. Quick break, and we'll come back here. Coming up, we'll speak with Evan Brown from Fox News Radio. What are some of the most anticipated governor's races we'll be watching this year? We'll get into that with Evan Brown. Coming up at WIBX.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with the lifetime subscription for 65% off. Just go to babbel.com and start today. Babbel teaches you relevant words and phrases, so you can start speaking with confidence in as little as 3 weeks. And because Babbel's bite-sized lessons fit easily into your daily routine and are easy to remember, you'll be talking like a local in time for takeoff. Dive into the world of language learning content with Babbel's videos, podcasts, and stories from around the world, full of culture bites and language learning tips. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. But don't wait. This offer ends January 15th. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Hey man, thanks for coming so fast. I couldn't get anyone else to pick up.
Yeah, it's been a busy week. I'm not complaining though. Business is way up lately.
Wow, good for you. I've been trying to grow my accounting practice, but it's been pretty slow.
Yeah, I was in the same boat last year. What really helped me was checking out this site, mylocalcustomers.com.
Never heard of it.
Well, most people haven't. It gives you a look at how many people in town are searching for what you do, and it also provides a plan to help them actually find you.
Like online?
Exactly. It's eye-opening, and it only takes a couple minutes to get started.
Huh, well, you fixed my sink. Maybe you just fixed my business, too.
Want to know how many people in your area are searching for your type of business? Start with a local customer analysis at mylocalcustomers.com. It's quick, it's easy, and it's free. Go to mylocalcustomers.com today.
That's mylocalcustomers.com. mylocalcustomers.com.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Hey, Central New York, this is Will Kane of The Will Kane Show, and you can now hear my show every weekday at WIBX. I do things a little differently when I'm behind the microphone because I turn it over to the listeners to learn and really dig into the issues that impact everyday Americans. The Will Kane Show lets you keep ahead of the headlines and understand what's really going on in the world with in-depth discussions from leading experts and the brightest minds. From politics to sports, nothing is off topic. Listen to The Will Kane Show weekdays at 6, only on WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, let's move in here. This is going to be a big year for politics, a very, very big year with elections. We're going to see a lot of them here locally, a lot of judges' races, and much more. And, of course, you'll have people on the state side that are running as well. Governor's race. Eben Brown is with Fox News Radio. Let's talk about those governor's races. Eben, good morning and Happy New Year.
Good morning. Happy New Year to you, too.
So you're in Florida. That's right. I see that popping up here. We have had some, Eben, I know you're originally from New York. We've had so much snow. Yeah. This is just terrible. It is year number 2 of like old-fashioned winters. It's just, it doesn't seem to stop.
What's old is new again.
Yeah. Anyway.
You know, we normally get a lot of snow from Colombia, but it's been, I think, being intercepted at sea.
Right. I don't know. It goes into a cloud of smoke. It seems. It's
a different kind of snow, though.
Yes, it's a different kind. Well, with that transition, we'll move to how the governors are handling all of this and which key races we'll be looking at for 2026 for gubernatorial races.
I want to bring up something that our Minneapolis-St. Paul television station, Fox television station, is now reporting that later today, Governor Tim Walz will drop out of the gubernatorial. I wonder why.
Yeah,
he's not been faring well in the midst of what has turned out to be a very bona fide scandal involving the daycare scenario involving the Somali community in Minneapolis. So that may have something to do with that. But there's supposed to be, I think, a press conference later this morning with Governor Walz, and so some political insiders have told Fox 9 in Minneapolis that's what's going to happen. So we'll see if that plays out, but that's some big breaking news for you in the gubernatorial race.
That is big news. And I would throw this in as just my opinion. I really felt like when he hit the national stage, he lost credibility with not only Republicans but Democrats. And that had to bleed into his state. And since then, it's just been downhill for him, I think.
I don't think he's done well since he became a national figure, being picked as a vice presidential candidate. I think that he, let's put it this way. I think to his credit, during that vice presidential debate, he seemed to really try to be nice to J.D. Vance, who was being nice back. And it actually was a bit refreshing to see people be civil to one another, considering in the presidential debate there certainly was no civility either way. And I think that a lot of the further left Democrats didn't appreciate that. I think they wanted someone to be mean.
Yeah.
At the same time, I don't think because of his far left politics, he didn't win over the moderates in the Democratic Party. And now being embroiled in a scandal doesn't help him at all. So I think that's probably why he's finding himself in this position.
I forgot what was in the vice presidential debate. What was the issue that he couldn't give an answer? He looked so bad. What was the issue that he couldn't really tell the truth?
There were a couple of things. I forget exactly which one that was, but when he said he was friends with school shooters, that didn't go well for him. In fact, Saturday Night Live made fun of it, where Maya Rudolph playing Kamala broke her wine glass when that quote came up. So
and didn't he have a stolen valor accusation against him?
Right, that's what it was, and it was his use of his knowledge of handling a gun too was brought to issue.
There was the claim of being in China during the Tiananmen Square incident. He wasn't. So it's a very odd. It was a very odd thing, and it rubbed people obviously the wrong way.
Yeah. Interesting. Other big races. I know that here in New York. She doesn't run this year, though, does she, Hochul? Is it this coming year?
Yeah, 2026. Yeah.
Election. She is running for re-election. She does. I think her own lieutenant governor is running as a primary candidate. That's Antonio Delgado, right? And on the Republican side, we have an issue. The Congresswoman Elise Stefanik is withdrawn. Bruce Blakeman, who's the Nassau County executive from Long Island, is declared. I don't think you guys even know who he is.
Well, we do, and I feel like his problem. Well, interestingly, because they fall on the Republican side, we know a little more about those Republicans outside New York City. But I got to say, his problem is going to be, in my opinion, in New York, he's tied so tight to Trump. And I think there needs to be some sort of a moderate out there that could appeal to both sides, if that's even possible in New York.
Here's the problem, and I think everyone is aware of this. You have the 5 boroughs, and then you have New York State.
Yeah.
And they're two different animals,
for sure.
And as you're well aware, as as the world forgets you exist sometimes because they don't know that anything of the Bronx. So and I know how frustrating that is. But at the same time, yes, I think President Trump's allies would do well. But the population center being still in Manhattan and the Bronx and Queens kind of offsets.
Yeah.
Sadly, Utica, Syracuse, and Watertown.
He will do well. Any of them, at least Stefanik would have done well upstate. Where you lose is where all that population is. It's between independents, liberal independents, and Democrats in the city. We just don't have a shot, which is where I think a Pataki-like Republican would have a better chance to appeal to those who just don't love.
2025?
I don't think so.
Would that work in 2025?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I
don't think so.
I grew up in George Pataki's state Senate district.
Yeah.
And I remember that election when he became governor. I remember it very clearly. We were. I remember Mario Cuomo very clearly. So it's. I don't know if that would work in this day and age.
Yeah.
Rudy Giuliani, who, by the way, not until 9/11 was he considered a conservative. He was always, part of the New York political anomaly of the liberal Republican. And he was never endorsed by the New York Conservative Party. And I don't even think Rudy Giuliani could win as mayor today.
No, I agree. No, it is completely, the dynamic has changed. But that's why I say the only chance a Republican would have is if you find someone that could appeal to both sides. And you're right. I'm not sure that we're there in 2025. Any other big races out there that we should keep an eye on?
26, by the way. I did the same mistake.
Sorry about that. I'll do that about 25 more times this week.
I know, right?
Yeah.
California, everyone's wondering what's happening there because Gavin Newsom is done. Eric Swalwell leads a whole slate of Democrats that have declared, including Katie Porter. There are a couple of Republicans Most of them you haven't heard of that are running in California. Texas, Greg Abbott is running for a 5th term. There's no term limits on the governor's office in Texas. And, every 2 years, the Democrats start fundraising and they say, this is the year we turn Texas blue. We take Texas back. It never happens. And I suspect Greg Abbott will win a 5th term. Very interestingly, in Texas this time around, Beto O'Rourke is not running for anything.
Wow. That's
that change. That may change, of course, but as of now,
yes, as of right now, Texas has a very similar problem to New York, although Republicans outnumber Democrats.
Opposite, right?
But you do have the cities, though. In the cities, Democrats do very well, which seems to be the way of the landscape throughout the country. So.
Dallas's mayor switched parties from Democratic to Republican, and I think that even though you do have some blue bastions in Texas, meaning mainly
Houston,
El Paso and Austin.
Austin.
Not some Houston, only inner city Houston. When you get to the outer rim of Houston, it gets very red.
Interesting.
And so Republicans do very well there. Republicans continue to win the Senate races statewide. The U.S. Senate, they continue to hold the governor's office. And they continue to hold both houses of the state legislature very well, very comfortably. So it's a very solidly red state. I don't know why Democrats think they can flip it in any kind of way. Most likely won't. So anyhow, that's where we're at.
I have one question from a listener who's asking your thoughts on Mamdani and how that might play a role for Hochul in this race, depending on how well he does or how crazy things get.
Well, I think the far left voter that is so gung-ho for Mamdani is probably very skeptical of Kathy Hochul.
Right.
That a lefter than left person in a primary, it should want to merge, might give Kathy Hochul some trouble. And I don't think that Mamdani has any loyalty to her. He would endorse someone to run against her in a primary that would be more politically aligned.
I believe she has a 50-point lead on Delgado, by the way.
It's 48% or something.
Yeah. So, all right, interesting stuff. Great talking politics with you, Evan. We appreciate it. Being a former New Yorker, and you have a great week and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, guys.
All right, thanks so much. Evan Brown with Fox News Radio. Quick break. Coming up, we'll do Habaika's free money question of the day, as Davey says. We'll launch the year with $185 on the line. We do this about 7:40, 7:35 every morning, and it's usually a pretty tough question. But I got to tell you, we have winners, and it usually goes in streaks. So hopefully we can start that way in 2026. The news is coming right up at WIBX.
Hurt in a car? Call William Attar. 315-444-4444.
With great savings rates and debt solutions to help you refocus your finances, the new year is full of possibility with AmeriQ Credit Union. Whatever your goals, AmeriQ has the right loan solutions to help you consolidate past debt, financial reviews to help you budget for the present, and certificate rates that'll help you save for the future. Possibility starts here with AmeriQ Credit Union. Get started today at ameriq.org/possibility.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Ah, the most beautiful time of year is upon us. Tax season. And Tax Slayer is here to help you file with 100% accuracy for your maximum refund. Guaranteed. Tax Slayer even has support from real U.S.-based humans if you have any questions along the way. File your federal return by February 8th for $22.99, and I'll help you get the refund you deserve. Take it from me, a talking calculator speaking to you through the speakers of wherever you are. Tax Slayer. File fearlessly.
Possibility starts with the right financial solutions. From AmeriQ Credit Union. Get started today at ameriq.org/possibility.
We have cloudy skies, now up to 17 degrees. Good morning, I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 7:31. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro expected to appear in federal court in New York today after being captured by the U.S. military over the weekend. Federal prosecutors are charging Maduro, his wife, and their adult son with drug trafficking. Also happening today in New York, the UN Security Council is set to hold an emergency meeting over the U.S. actions in South America. Flights should be getting back to normal today after hundreds of delays on Sunday. The disruptions were the result of the FAA's decision to close airspace in the Caribbean after the capture of Maduro by U.S. forces. The flight restrictions have since been lifted, but travelers are advised to check their flight status before heading back to the airport. Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene is set to leave office today, marking her final day in Congress. Greene announced her resignation last fall after a public break with President Trump, criticizing him on issues including healthcare subsidies, the Epstein files, and most recently, U.S. actions in Venezuela. First elected in 2020, Greene represented Georgia's 14th district and won re-election in 2022 and 2024 before announcing that she would step down. Arraignment is set for today for 3 of the 4 people arrested in connection with an alleged New Year's Eve terror plot targeting locations in Southern California. The suspects are charged with conspiracy and possession of an unregistered destructive device. They were allegedly part of an offshoot of a pro-Palestinian group called the Turtle Island Liberation Front. Apple is slashing production of the Vision Pro after weaker than expected holiday sales. Bill, only 45,000 new units of the Apple VR headset shipped in the final quarter of last year, which was significantly below projections.
Yeah,
so they're
and you know that
slashing production.
I'm an Apple guy, and I just, first of all, the thing is it's expensive, and if you wanted, they say for movies. All right, well, if you've got 5 people in your house,
you need 5 sets.
You're going to spend $20,000 on your headsets.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't think it's feasible for. People are already paying a lot of money just for the iPhone and for the products alone. I just don't. I don't see it.
And speaking of having 5 people at your house to watch something, it was big year end. I thought they did a great job, although I didn't watch it. But Stranger Things, the way they timed it,
I didn't watch it.
They had a whole
huge numbers.
Release of clothing and characters stuff. I actually bought a bunch of stuff for my son because he's a big Stranger Things fan.
And they even had sellouts at theaters because they had a special event.
Well, there's also some spike in the numbers. 2 Prince songs that appeared in the final episode of Stranger Things are now skyrocketing on Spotify. Spotify says Purple Rain has increased 243%, and When Doves Cry was up over 200%. Again, both of those songs were featured in the series finale.
Wild.
WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time 7:34. Here's your forecast.
All right, in the short term, maybe through most of the week, it's more mild or at least reasonable temperatures than cold, but the cold's coming back. Snow showers around today, not looking for much in the way of accumulation. There could be a couple of inches in some spots. 28 tonight, some snow showers, and then tomorrow it's rain showers in the afternoon, 37. Chance of rain and snow showers Wednesday. For the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stitchick, WIBX 950 AM at 92.3 FM.
Clouds 17 degrees at 7:35.
It all began in 1985 with a single goal, a commitment to brighten our community. And with your kindness, that light grew brighter. Because for 40 years, you've helped Food Bank of Central New York deliver healthy food and hope. But that need continues to grow. So this year, please consider giving a little extra and make sure the light we shine together never goes out.
Mattress Express's New Year's sale is on. Save up to $1,350 on New York State's largest selection of bedding from upstate New York's largest specialty bedding retailer. Go to mattressexpressny.com or call 1-800-NEW-BED.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Ah, the most beautiful time of year is upon us. Tax season. And Tax Slayer is here to help you file with 100% accuracy for your maximum refund. Guaranteed. Tax Slayer even has support from real U.S.-based humans if you have any questions along the way. File your federal return by February 8th for $22.99, and I'll help you get the refund you deserve. Take it from me, a talking calculator speaking to you through the speakers of wherever you are. Tax Slayer. File fearlessly.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated since 1980. Tallman's is proud to provide trusted professional auto care to our community. From brake repairs and New York State inspections to check engine light diagnostic to four-wheel alignments, Tallman's Tire and Auto Service accept all aftermarket warranties, and they specialize in fleet vehicles, accepting all fleet maintenance programs. When your vehicle needs attention, you can count on them to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Save time and money. Schedule your appointment today at tallmanstire.com.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with the lifetime subscription for 65% off. Just go to Babbel.com and start today. Babbel teaches you relevant words and phrases, so you can start speaking with confidence in as little as 3 weeks. And because Babbel's bite-sized lessons fit easily into your daily routine and are easy to remember, you'll be talking like a local in time for takeoff. Dive into the world of language learning content with Babbel's videos, podcasts, and stories from around the world, full of culture bites and language learning tips. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. But don't wait. This offer ends January 15th. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Hey, Davey, it's 7:39. Time to do Hobucka's free money question of the day. And today it's worth $185. So you're looking for caller number
Four.
Fourth caller. Number four. 315-736-0186. Caller number 4 right now. Your chance to win from Hobika and WIBX. Listen, you know that winters can be brutal here in central New York. The drafts sneaking in, heat leaking out. By the way, you'd be the first winner of 2026, and I think we're in for a streak. I got a good question. What was I talking about? Oh, cold. The cold.
Yeah, the constant snow and cold.
And the constant snow. And you're believe me, we're seeing it. This has been already a rough winter, and we've just gotten started officially. If your windows just aren't cutting it anymore, now is the perfect time to upgrade with New York Sash. Right now, they're running buy 2, get 1 free. It's buy 2 New York Sash windows, get 1 free. The sale is on. It makes it easier and more affordable to finally replace those old, inefficient windows. And these are not just any old windows. They're made for our weather, energy efficient, and it will affect your energy bill. Imagine sitting by the window without feeling that icy breeze. Lower heating bills. Imagine a warmer, quieter, more comfortable home. Quiet is also a big part of this. Right now, buy 2, get 1 free. Buy 4, get 2 free. Buy 10, get 5 free, and the list goes on. There's no end to the savings. Stop dealing with the cold. Deal with the experts. Visit New York Sash at 349 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro, or you can go online at NewYorkSash.com to schedule your free, no-pressure quote. New York Sash, let their family take care of your family this winter.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, here we go. We've got a bunch of stories that we'll look at from 2025 and some new stuff that has hit, of course, over the course of the last couple of weeks. Time for Hobica's Free Money Question of the Day. It's Joseph and Andrew Hobica from the Hobica Law Firm at 315-724-1600. And they are there for your legal needs. 315-724-1600. Whatever you may have that you would feel you need some legal assistance, call them today, the Hobica Law Firm. All right, we have Sherry on the line in New York Mills. Hello, Sherry. Happy New Year and good morning.
Happy New Year.
All right.
Sherry, were you affected by the water main breaks in New York Mills this weekend?
No, I wasn't. I'm on Elm Street.
All right, well, good for you. I'm glad that you weren't affected.
Were you affected by it?
I was affected.
You were?
Yes. Came as quite a surprise. I had chicken wing sauce all over my hand, went to turn the faucet on.
And you had no water?
And I had no water.
Wow.
So we did a lot of hand licking yesterday after watching those. I'm just kidding.
That's good.
We pulled out the hand sanitizer. I'm kidding.
Okay, Sherry. That's something you probably don't keep around because we always trust the water's always going to be there.
Right, and you know
what?
what?
You have gallons sitting around.
It was a good thing, though, from all the, I still have like 4 bottles of hand sanitizer. I assume it's still good, but from the waning days of COVID, people were giving it away.
Yeah.
So I have a ton of it.
And 8 bottles of Red Hot. Frank's Red Hot. Okay, Sherry, here's your question. This is kind of a tough one. Davey, I think we should make it $200.
We're going to round up?
Yeah, I just think that this is a tough question. What do you think, Davey? All right, Sherry, we're going for $200.
He agrees.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Here's your question. You'll have 7 seconds to answer, as you know the way it works. Here we go. This is your question. New York State shares a maritime border with Connecticut, New Jersey, and this state. Which one? Ready? Go. Which one? What were you coming up with? Vermont. Vermont. Yeah, it's not Vermont.
Is it Jersey?
Well, we already said Jersey. So it's Connecticut, New Jersey, and believe it or not, it's Rhode Island.
Oh,
because as you go out there on the Long Island Sound, there is a part of that is it's New York State, and then it goes to Rhode Island.
Yeah, you said a maritime border.
One you would not think of. So.
No, I didn't. Oh, well.
Well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right, here we go. We're going to give you the all-in-one food and fun card. That's a $25 gift card. And then that's good at, obviously, the Comets games, Cookies, Q and Creamery, Aquavino, Taylor and the Cook. And then we'll give you the Tidal Wave Auto Spa. That's that new one that opened up over at the old Zeb's. It's a $30 car wash. You can try that out. It's kind of a neat car wash to go through.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you been to? By the way, have you been to Tidal Wave? Was I guess the first part of that, but the second part. Have you been to Aquavino?
No, I haven't. I usually go to Babes when I get these.
Okay, well there you go.
That too.
Aquavino. We went there at the end of 2025. It was delicious.
They do a
really good job.
All right, Sherry. I'm going to have you stand by, and Davey's going to hook you up with all of this. So you walk away with like $55 in goods.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad.
Oh, that's very good. Thank you.
Right, stand by. Davey, Sherry is all yours. How do the Bills play at home? I watched a lot of this yesterday, and it was very, at times, emotional.
Yeah.
Because there were people telling their stories. And yesterday was the final game, most likely, at Highmark, the old Highmark Stadium, the current stadium. The new one will be called Highmark as well. But this was the end of an era for Buffalo. It was a big deal yesterday.
Yeah, it's very sad. So many memories, and they were playing highlight clips during the game of some of the more memorable games in Buffalo. Not only the wins, but games where weather was a factor, and that's going to be part of the change with the new stadium. The way the design is, even when there are big snowstorms, the field and the stands area, the stands, won't be covered in snow as we've seen over the past, couple decades at Bills games. I mean, just think about this. How many times did even in this area, the Bills would send out a notification that say, look, hey, we just got hit by a snowstorm. If you want free tickets to
People
Sunday's
from here
game,
would go.
Come shovel our
Well,
stadium.
that was this week. They had to have shoveling done this week. So people, I don't know how much, I don't know what they got in terms of tickets because this game was really sold out.
I was going to say they're a good team now again, so it's they're selling out games.
But
so
they
it's not
were,
like but on some of the lean years, they would give half the stadium tickets away to come shovel.
So there was a big thing yesterday that the fear was that Bills fans were going to wreck the joint.
Well, so what?
They were going to steal. Well, I have a feeling this is all going to be there. There may be some repurposing going on. There also may be. I don't know. It's going to be transferred to the Indian Nation. I think the Seneca's out there. I think you're going to see a casino there when this is all said and done.
And what are they going to leave those seats in there?
I don't.
That's
think
an uncomfortable bingo game.
Yeah, I
it?
don't think so. However, they did not want people stealing and ripping the seats out and all of that. So they made warnings that people would be arrested. And Davey, I don't know if you saw it, but I didn't see any. I didn't see any vandalism. I think they all celebrated very peacefully at the old Rich Stadium.
Yeah, did you see security was like three deep along the sides?
Oh, yeah.
Like the third quarter, they shot a camera.
In previous years, they've had moments where they may have stolen, like, I don't know what you do with it, but take home the goalposts. What are you going to do with the goalposts?
And where are you going to put it?
Right.
I mean,
where would you put it?
Your wife has already claimed that storage spot for
That's
something
exactly
else.
Right. How do you see there is a path where the Bills could still come back to play at Highmark.
That's correct. As John in New Hartford via the WIBX 950 mobile app pointed out, if the Bills win and the Texans win all the way through in the AFC playoffs, the Bills would play the Texans at home in Buffalo. As the better seed, they would be hosting the game. That's
unlikely,
correct.
Though.
Very unlikely. The Bills are the 6th seed. The Texans are the 7th seed. So you would need the Texans to knock off the likes of who's the 2 seed right now, Smitty? Help me out. I'm drawing a blank. You got Denver.
Broncos 1, Denver 2, Broncos 1, New England 2.
New England.
So the Texans have to go and beat the Patriots in New England, then have to beat the Broncos in Denver, then have to beat the 3 or 4 seed. I guess that third game could possibly be against
the third game would be the conference championship, right?
I believe so. So, but
by the way,
it's possible, but it's very unlikely.
The Bills shovelers this week were paid $20 an hour, and the first 200 volunteers received special commemorative gloves.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so there was, but they, years ago it was, when things weren't so good, it was you get a ticket to the game.
And every fan that left the game got a commemorative
coin
with a farewell to Highmark Stadium.
Is it a Trump quarter or a Ralph Wilson one?
Anybody that was at that game, they walked away with stuff.
That's cool.
That was pretty cool.
And Matt and Holland Patton says they're selling the seats from the old Highmark. I saw an ad for season ticket holders. It says, I think this is a typo. He says they can't purchase first, but I think he means they can. Season ticket holders can purchase the seats first.
Okay, so we did a thing. Anything else on the Bills? Anything else
no,
on?
Can I do one sports note, though, before we move on? So I mentioned the Utica Pioneers, the men's team, that on Saturday they beat Newman by a final of 4-1. The Pioneers also pulled off a victory against SUNY Canton yesterday, 5-1 the final. But I want to get back to Saturday's game quickly. I talked about my son was telling me how many fights happened.
They came into 2026 ranked 14th, and this weekend's games are supporting the turnaround. They had a rough start, but they're playing really well right now.
Pioneers now 8-5 overall on the season, and they're 4-0 in conference play, which is important, of course, because that conference champion gets an automatic bid. All right. There were 32 penalties in Saturday night's game, Pioneers taking on Newman, and 9 of those 32 penalties were 10-minute game misconduct penalties.
Wow.
So I don't.
So
think,
how many were in the fight? There was a fight, and it basically was a bench clearing brawl.
My son told me there were 6 players from one team in the penalty box at one time. At one time. But, yeah, that's incredible. 32 penalties, and 9 of the 32 were 10-minute game misconduct penalties. So I don't know if the coaches were mad at each other or the players, or if there's something about maybe a girlfriend of one of the players was dating somebody else. But the two teams were pretty upset at each other, and there was constant fighting in the game.
We have a story that is the top 10 stories of 2025.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear these?
I do.
And there were some bonuses, I think
honorable mentions.
I think an honorable mention for the year is the problem with panhandlers on the streets. And we didn't have as much of a squatting problem here, although there were some issues locally.
As far as you know.
But in terms of the panhandlers, where did all of these people come from?
Mm-hmm.
You got to wonder. And I think that's a fair honorable mention.
I have heard anecdotal commentary that some folks have said the services in Utica offered are better than other communities, so they've come from other central New York upstate cities.
Yeah. Another one, whether, this would not have seen the light of day had it not been the fact that there were 2 mayors. I think the whole saga between Mayor Lanigan and former Mayor Brown was a story we paid a lot of attention to this year.
Because of who they were.
Just because of who they were. And otherwise, that would have just never probably would have gone to trial, certainly. Or certainly wouldn't have gotten the publicity that it had gotten. But it ended in 2025. The other big story that didn't make the list is the 2024-25 NCAA Men's Division III Frozen Four hockey championships were in Utica. If you remember, there were games that were scheduled, and they couldn't use the odd for the championship game. So the championship game between Hobart and Utica was played at the Nexus Center. And it was a huge problem because they couldn't get enough people in there. And there was a lot of standing room only, but it was incredibly exciting. A terrible loss for Utica, a heartbreaking loss. But what an epic event that was.
Absolutely. To be
Hamilton
in the
College played
game.
in it as well. And the Frozen Four tournament will be back in Utica as planned this year. Last year it was not planned, so that's why they had the scheduling issues. And then Hamilton had a big year as well. Both the men and women, Hamilton and Utica College, both had a big year in the NCAA hockey tournament as well. And if you remember, the NCAA Division III college basketball tournament was held at HCCC last year. And
I forgot about
what
that.
an epic championship game it was, as MVCC in the championship game defeated Herkimer 58-51 for the NJCAA National Championship.
I totally forgot about that, but that's awesome.
Those were biggies. All right, here's your top 10 list. Number 10 on our list is probably not on anybody else's list as number 10, but it's WIBX turning 100.
Yeah. It was a big deal.
It was December 5th. We'll continue to do events and that sort of thing going forward. There's actually something happening at this Historical Society coming up this year, as we will continue to celebrate 100 years.
And it took us 100 years to get here, and to kick off 2026, I think we're going to burn it down. I think that's
probably what we're going to do. That's probably what's going to happen. Number 9 on the list, Governor Hochul's electric mandate seemed to kind of fizzle in 2025. And if you recall, Utica Mac was a big part of this. Griffo had I believe Brian Miller was there, Marianne Buttonshawn was there. They had all these legislators, Utica Mac and others in the field were there to express their concerns that we're not gonna. I think they had to sell one electric Mack truck in order to be able to sell a gas operated, or maybe it was 2 or 1. It was just a mess.
Right. It was something like a 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 ratio.
Yeah,
as required by law, which is just ridiculous.
Number 8
we're not there yet.
Number 8 on the list seems to be kind of repeating itself a little bit. I mean, we're not there yet, But number 8, heavy snowfall creates natural disasters in upstate New York, and it did. Think of there was the firehouse that went down, the number of barns and agriculture buildings that went down because of all of the snow. Some of the photos were, it really was a natural disaster. Election day, number 7 on the list, Democrats with a big November election win, and it became a whole big issue of where there was a split in the Oneida County Republican Party, and that is bleeding here into 2026 over Rozier, the chairman, whether the rules are being followed or whether it's being run as a fair and Robert's rules of order have been removed. So there seems to be a split in the Republican Party countywide.
Yeah, for sure.
That was number 7 on our the whole debacle with Elise Stefanik.
I'm still shocked, to be honest. I felt like there was even a path, despite her falling out with Trump. And I know it's tough to win as a Republican in New York, but if she came out almost like Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I don't mean resign, that's what she did, but kind of fight Trump verbally in the press, but at the same time say, look, I'm willing to bring restore laws as it results to crime.
I think she could have attracted, if that was her approach, I think she could have attracted moderate Democrats.
I think that's possible.
The
but
problem
I'm
you
stunned
have
she's
is
not in the picture at all.
So she went from the number 3 Republican in the country to the 3rd most powerful Republican, to ambassador to the UN, to running for governor of New York, to dropping out of the governor's race and announcing her retirement.
Yeah, she's soccer mom now.
Wow.
It's wild.
That's number 6 on our list of stories. Number 5, the inmates beaten to death in the prisons here. 2 that have resulted in trials and murder charges as well, along with many other charges.
Horrific.
I think the videos that came out of that were very horrific. The other part of this is that shouldn't be ignored is when you talk to the corrections officers and those that are in the system, they say a lot of the problem is the fact that the rules have been cut to the point where it's chaotic and it's causing both sides. It's certainly causing those inside who are inmates to feel more
empowered.
Yeah, to the where there are more attacks on COs, and so then the which should never happen. Don't get me wrong, but there are attacks on the inmates, and this back and forth has just gotten out of control, and a lot of it stems from Albany with the changes in the laws. None of it is acceptable.
Agreed.
And the corrections officers have to be held to a higher standard.
Agreed.
However, something has to be done to fix this problem.
Correct.
Because it's not getting better.
They can't be out there as like scarecrows that you let be attacked like by
Correct.
birds, and they just have to take it. As you say, they should be held to a higher standard, but something's got to be done to fix this.
Number 4 on the list was that Sangertown Square Mall shots fired. That was a sneaker giveaway, if you remember. There was some sort of not a giveaway, but a sneaker brand went on sale. They had a huge line, and somebody cut the line. All of a sudden, you had a
Is that what it was?
fired. I believe that's what caused it.
Oh, my goodness.
Tragedy in Clark Mills. Number 3, tornado striking. That was a horrific story. A mom and 2 children dying in the in that tornado. Terrible. Number 2 on the list, continuing here in 2026, Caitlin Conley, freed by Oneida County Court. Will she be tried again? That might be the big story for us in 2026. And last year's biggest story for the area and for the region, Chobani, investing hugely in Rome. Also the fact that the Oneida Nation and the Turning Stone, that project is going to be finished early. It'll be done next year. So big things happening. That story is available on our website at WIBX950.com.
WIBX Utica Rome, W295 From the WB Tate Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
He just got a helicopter ride in New York City. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Captured Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro and his wife both flown from their jail cells in Brooklyn to where they'll be arraigned today.
In federal court here in Lower Manhattan to answer to charges including narco-terrorism and conspiracy to import cocaine. His wife, Celia Flores, is also due in court on the cocaine conspiracy charge. Both were captured early Saturday during a U.S. military raid in Caracas before being brought to New York City. Maduro's lawyers are expected to contest the legality of his arrest. They're expected to argue that he is immune from prosecution as a sovereign head of state.
That's Fox's Tanya J. Powers outside the courthouse. Congressional leaders will get a briefing later today from the secretaries of war and state and others on that military operation that captured Maduro. Many Democrats have called it illegal, but not Senator John Fetterman.
It's positive, and I can't just condemn it just because I happen to be a Democrat.
Fetterman also just told Fox,
I think it was appropriate and surgical. This wasn't a war.
President Trump's calling Venezuela a mess, telling reporters on Air Force One,
don't ask me who's in charge because I'll give you an answer and it'll be very controversial.
What does that mean?
Because we're in charge.
Maduro's VP is now the acting president in Venezuela. Fox's Aisha Hasni reports from the White House.
Delcy Rodriguez is cooperating with U.S. officials. The president made those comments on his way back to the White House late last night from Mar-a-Lago, and he added what would happen to Rodriguez if she did not cooperate.
I just say that she will face a situation probably worse than Maduro.
So there's been some criticism from Venezuelan activists in the community that allowing Maduro's former VP, Rodriguez, to take power is not change at all.
President Trump also told reporters he thinks Cuba looks like it's ready to fall, and he again said the U.S. needs to take control of Greenland for national security. It's a territory of Denmark. The Danish Prime Minister reacted, saying, stop the threats. America's listening to Fox News.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year, when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, scream in terror, and start looking for new ways to save money. If that's you, why not cut your wireless bill in half with a saver plan from Pure Talk? You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast 5G network for just $20 a month. Ho, ho, ho. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team will help you switch in minutes. Again, talk, text, and data for just $20 a month.
While captured Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro awaits a court appearance in New York City today, and President Trump says the U.S. is now in charge of that country, Pope Leo is watching it all closely.
During his Sunday prayer in St. Peter's Square, the Pope says Venezuelan independence must be preserved, respecting human and civil rights with special attention to the nation's poorest. He's asking for prayers for the Venezuelan people. The Pope was asked at a news conference last month about President Trump's threats to remove Maduro by force and urged against it, suggesting the use of diplomacy and economic pressure instead. Chris Foster, Fox News.
Jury selection starts today in Texas to put a former school police officer on trial over the 2022 massacre at a Uvalde Elementary School. Adrian Gonzalez is charged with
child abandonment and endangerment. His attorney says the officer was busy helping students escape the building. It took 77 minutes for officers to breach the classroom and kill the gunman. By that time, he had murdered 19 students and 2 teachers. Only 2 of the 376 responding officers have been charged. Roger Stern, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed up for the NASDAQ, down slightly for the Dow before this week's trading. It's playoff time in the NFL with the last spot taken in the last game of the season last night, and it came down to a last-second kick.
Snap good. Hold it. The kick is no good. It is wide right. And the Steelers are the champions of the North.
Tyler Loop's missed field goal on NBC ended Baltimore's season. Pittsburgh hung on to win 26-24, taking the AFC North title. Denver beat the LA Chargers 19-3, locking up the AFC's top seed and a bye in the first round for the Broncos. The Carolina Panthers won the NFC South Division title thanks to Atlanta's win over New Orleans. Despite the win, the Falcons cleaned house, firing general manager and the head coach. On what's called Black Monday, more NFL teams that missed the playoffs could fire coaches. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
We have Cloudy skies, 17 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaski, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time is 8:05. This news update is brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Visit clintontractor.net. A water main break in New York Mills causing a service disruption on Sunday evening. It was reported around 6:30 last night. Water service has since been restored. It was the latest water main break that kept crews from the Mohawk Valley Water Authority busy this past weekend. Since Saturday, the Mohawk Valley Water Authority has had to deal with nearly a half a dozen water main breaks, with incidents including one on Ballantyne Bray in Utica, Oneida and Arlington Terrace, Commercial Drive in New Hartford, and last evening, Burr Ave in New Hartford. The latest updates are posted at mvwa.us. Some tense moments as Utica fire crews battled a fire at a 2.5-story home at 1572 Elm Street. Responding firefighters found heavy smoke coming from the building as they arrived. The concern surrounded the location of an elderly couple who may have been trapped inside. Fortunately, that was not the case. The blaze was extinguished. No injuries reported. The cause of the fire being blamed on an overloaded electrical unit. Stand-up comedian, TV and radio host, Fox News contributor, and by his own admission, trophy husband, Jimmy Fallon is on his way back to Central New York. You can catch Jimmy Fallon live at the Rome Capitol Theater at 7 p.m. on Saturday, February 7th. And again, tickets are on sale now. Join the Keeler in the Morning Show and Jimmy Fallon at the Rome Capitol Theater for that event coming up in just over 1 month from now. Local gas prices are trickling back down slowly once again. Central New York drivers paying less to fill up as the average cost for a gallon of fuel now $3.01. That's down a penny in the past 7 days. Also, a 7-cent decline over the past month. Currently, the statewide average for gas is at $3.03, and nationally, it is at $2.81. And if there hasn't been enough snow already, more snow expected to fall across Central New York today. Forecasters say precipitation arrives this morning and is likely going to last into the late evening hours. Some locations could see up to 6 inches before this weather system finally moves out. Again, it will be spotty. Some areas will only see a dusting. More on what we can expect here from Ray Stajic at the Weather Channel.
All right, the short term, maybe through most of the week, it's more mild or at least reasonable temperatures than cold, but the cold's coming back. Snow showers around today, not looking for much in the way of accumulation. There could be a couple of inches in some spots. 28 tonight, some snow showers, and then tomorrow it's rain showers in the afternoon, 37. Chance of rain and snow showers Wednesday. For the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, WIBX 950 AM at 92.3 FM.
Right now, cloudy skies, 17 degrees at 8:08. All right, from the IBEW 43 local sports desk, the Buffalo Bills end the season with a victory and a final farewell, or a possible final farewell, to Highmark Stadium. The Bills getting a win over the Jets, the final 35-8. Mitch Trubisky filling in and doing a good job. A quick note, Brady Cook is the quarterback. A future trivia question, possibly here on the Keeler Show. Brady Cook of the Jets was the quarterback who threw the last regular season touchdown at Highmark Stadium. The old Highmark Stadium.
That's true.
Yeah, most people would assume Josh Allen, right? But
yeah.
Certainly it was Trubisky who threw them, and then Cook got one in the final 7 minutes of the game.
That's a good one.
So,
yeah.
Interesting. The Jets season is over. They were blown out by the Bills, as we just said. The Green and White finished 3-14. They get the second overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. The Giants close out the season with a win. Go figure. They beat the Cowboys 34-17. Jackson Dart, 230 yards and 2 touchdowns. Big Blue has the 5th overall pick in April's draft. The first pick goes to the Las Vegas Raiders. Despite their victory over the Chiefs on Sunday, the Raiders have the worst record, and they will pick first. They are, quote, officially on the clock for the NFL Draft, which is now 107 days away. The Falcons moving on from their head coach, Raheem Morris. He and the GM were fired after yesterday's victory. Morris went 8-9 in back-to-back seasons with the Dirty Birds. He failed to make the playoffs in either season. Last night, Sunday Night Football, the regular season came to an end in dramatic fashion. The Baltimore Ravens had it all set up. A field goal to win it. The final seconds of the game in Pittsburgh. The kicker, though, the rookie kicker, misses it. He goes wide right. Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers claim that final playoff spot. They are the 4 seed.
That
and they
was
advance.
a crazy end to a game.
It really was. The back and forth, I think it was 13-10 in the fourth quarter, and the final ended up being 26-24. Both teams scored 2 touchdowns. Rodgers had a touchdown pass, at least one. I think the other one was a run. And then Lamar Jackson found Zay Flowers twice on long balls. It was a very dramatic end to the season. And then the kick, you heard the audio at the top of the hour there. The Ravens are out. The playoffs begin coming up on Saturday. I want to mention the Utica Pioneers picked up a pair of wins over the weekend, 4-1 on Saturday against Newman, and that was the penalized game that we were talking about. 32 penalties in that game, including 9 10-minute game misconduct penalties, and then the Pioneers returned to the ice yesterday where they skated to a 5-1 victory against SUNY Canton. Up next, they'll play on Saturday at the Adirondack Bank Center, the start of a home-and-home against Nazareth.
Okay. Quick break. We'll come back. Much to get to. Our phone number 3157. Anything where you feel we should be hitting on this year? We'd love to hear from you. Not just in messages, which you can certainly message in on the app. On YouTube, I got a ton of those. We'll get to some of those messages coming up in a second. But feel free to actually do something old-fashioned. Let's call the radio show. Whole different concept. It's so easy. It's so easy to text in, but phone call, you're just it's a second away from connecting and being heard all over, and I think that's what scares some people away. 315-736-0186. Coming right back at WIBX.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Possibility starts with the right financial solutions from AmeriQ Credit Union. Get started today at ameriq.org/possibility.
Mark Twain tonight. Emmy Award-winning actor Richard Thomas brings to life the nation's one true comic genius.
It's a comical invention, the human race, any way you look at it.
Join the millions who have cheered for the legendary one-man show by Hal Holbrook. Don't miss Mark Twain tonight.
Out of all the things I've lost, I miss my mind the most.
Mark Twain tonight, presented by Broadway Utica at the Stanley Theater, January 13th at 7 p.m. BroadwayUtica.org for tickets.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-923-6829 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-923-6829. That's 800-923-6829. What do you have to lose? Call 800-923-6829. Again, 800-923-6829.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair?
What do you mean? Does it not look good?
It doesn't look good. It looks freaking amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret.
No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic.
Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous.
Available as a tablet or delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or find Hair Volume in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
The 2026 Seize the Deal golf cart is back, and it's about to make you the coolest gift giver this holiday season. For only $75, you get 15 rounds of golf at some of the area's top courses. 15 rounds, $75. Play favorite courses like Sequoia Knolls Golf Course, Cannon Valley Country Club, and Otsego Golf Club, plus plenty more. But heads up, when they're gone, they're gone. So get your 2026 Seize the Deal golf cart now at seizethedeal.com or log into this station's website.
Celebrating 100 years. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
Here we go for our third hour of the year, I guess is what we would be in the midst of. What do you have?
We got a long way to go before we take another break then, huh?
Uh-huh.
It's only the third hour of the year.
Only the third hour.
So Donna in Utica, following up on that, the Bills and are they selling seats? She said they can purchase, season ticket holders can purchase seats first, starting sometime in May, and then single ticket purchasers will be able to purchase whatever's left in July or August. And Donna says that she's keeping an eye on that because I guess her son's a Bills fan.
So you could have one of the Bills seats in your
correct.
Yeah, pretty wild. So they got to hold off. One of the reasons they didn't want the stadium being destroyed is there's still a slight chance that a playoff game could be played in Buffalo.
A very outside chance, but boy, wouldn't that be terrible if they had to cancel the game because fans stole the seats? What would you put in there? Folding chairs as temporary seats?
That would not be good.
Bench seating?
It would be a problem. In studio right now is Christine. Do I say your name correctly? Is it Spiak? Do I have that?
Get it out of the park.
Spiak.
Great
Good morning.
job. Good morning.
And also Tricia Sticka.
You got it.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, I'm batting 1,000.
All right.
For 2026.
She's going to turn the interview over now to me.
2025, it was horrific. It's terrible. All right. Good morning, guys. This is Success Circle. And correct me if I'm wrong, you're a group that assists women, entrepreneurs, into having help them and succeeding in business.
Still batting 1,000.
I can't even believe it. It's terrible. So let's talk about that. And what makes it's more difficult. It's less common, but becoming far more common for women to own businesses today.
Yes, absolutely. So we are a community in the Mohawk Valley, specifically for Mohawk Valley women, because you can join any sort of business program around the world, in fact.
Yeah.
But we want to focus on the women here because we want that ripple effect of when that business owner is thriving, their family is thriving, their clients are thriving, and then our community will be enriched by that.
It is really shocking to think that in the early 1970s, as late as the early 1970s, women were not really given credit cards.
No, or allowed to sign, at the bank for a loan or something.
This is the 70s.
Yes.
This isn't. We're not talking about it was like that in the 40s and 50s. This is 1972. It's crazy.
Wow.
When you think about it.
Yeah, not that long ago.
And then you realize how, at least in my life, and I know many other guys say the same thing. Without the guidance of my wife, I wouldn't have a business, to be honest.
Still batting 1,000.
Yeah, doing well. Yeah. Well, I'm really trying to kiss up to you guys here. But it is true. And the thought that, and here's the other part, in New York State, there are a lot of benefits for women-owned businesses. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, it's interesting because there are a lot of opportunities for grants and funding, and there's actually requirements that businesses should be leaning on women-owned and minority and veteran businesses. Sometimes so much so that those that don't qualify might maybe lose out on it. But
Yeah.
it is nice to start really giving credit to all those groups, women, minority, and veterans, to help build, like what Christine said, the ripple effect.
What are we seeing here in the area when it comes to new businesses? What are you guys seeing?
We're seeing a lot of women who are choosing to take ownership of their finances. So they want to no longer have that W-2 job and be beholden to, say, 9 to 5. So they can have the freedom to take care of their family, do what their passion or their purpose is for their career, but then also know that those finances are in their hands and they can choose what they want to do for their career to support their family.
Yeah.
And also, my story, I left corporate America to start my own business because I had so much passion for what I was doing and I wasn't able to do it in that arena. I was an executive leader. You know, you talk about that the golden handcuffs. More and more women are breaking them and starting their own practice. And it's hard, right? It's hard because from a lot of money to no money.
Hard for whether you're a man or a woman.
Yeah, sure.
Not easy.
Sure.
But probably harder for women, I would think, because it just is. But sometimes you feel like you're giving everything you can to your job because you want to do better. You want to hit bonus, or you want to make more money or whatever. But sometimes you just take a little pause and say, I could do this and it could be mine, and I could get it. I could have it all.
And we hear a lot from our women business owners, the money's not always worth it.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
I see one of the things here. You do these connections, the workshops, but one of them here that really strikes a chord with me, and this is, I guess, a fight that I guess I've had with corporate in the past. Managing time is a lie. The key to productivity isn't managing minutes, but choosing what to do with the minutes you have. This is so true.
Yeah, it is a lie. It's not time management. We can't manage time. It's going to keep ticking. It's managing our energy and our tasks and what we put into that time, and making sure we're saying yes to the things that matter and no to the things that don't. So that's what, we live by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the truth, too. I mean, how many times have you heard there's not enough time in the day? But it's really instead of splitting your time against priorities and things that maybe aren't as high on the list, it's just focusing on what's important for that day or whatever it is to achieve that goal. So talk about these coffee connections and these workshops that you do. How long are they? How often are they? And how do women become a part of it?
Great question. Thank you for asking that. Coffee Connections is the fourth Friday of every month. February will be 2 years of us doing that, so it's really exciting to see the consistency and the momentum that we built with that. That's for any woman in our community to come to. You don't have to own your own business. We just want to bring like-minded women in this community together. Drop in fourth Friday, 8:30 a.m., and our next one is on January 23rd. Our workshops.
Where are you doing that at?
Oh, great question. The Arc, 245 Genesee Street.
Gotcha.
Yes, they've been a wonderful partner with us. It's really been unbelievable how we've grown since utilizing their space.
How much can you do to assist, and how much does that cost?
And our membership itself is it's closed enrollment right now. We'll open again in May, but we give them tools to handle their finances, give them a planning and management system. So when we talk about time, that is something that we give them a tool that helps them not manage their time, but manage their tasks. And our enrollment, this past enrollment, it was $400 a month, which we think is a great deal because you get, 6 hours of our time, 2 coaches, money coach and a leadership coach to help you build your business. And I do want to say we're not a cookie cutter design, right? So we actually work individually with the members and help them build their business in the way they feel they should build their business.
Yeah.
We're not prescriptive. We're not telling them to follow this ABCD. We learn who they are, what's important to them, and help them, again, say yes to what matters most so they can manage their tasks.
And how many members do you currently have?
We're going into this next round with 7 members.
Okay.
Last time we had 4. Last time we had 3, so we're growing.
So it is. It is something. At least now, I'm assuming you want to grow, but right now you're getting a great deal of attention. The numbers aren't. They're not huge.
We won't take more than 10 in one cohort, right? Eventually, we see ourselves growing into multiple cohorts, but it's very important for us to be intimate. Even our workshops, we limit it.
And I would also assume that when you're getting, so if you're a part of the group, one business may be able to help another business.
Oh, how yes.
They learn from each other for sure.
Yeah.
Still betting 1,000.
So far, this is... Yeah. I'm going to get a little cocky and screw it all up. I know I am, but...
And our community, so our membership may be more small, more intimate, but we have reached over 300 women locally with our coffee connections when you combine that with our workshops as well.
Okay, all right.
And the next workshop is a week from today, in fact, 8:30 to 11:30. And that's open or it's not?
There's still seats open for that.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
that you need to register for.
And how do they do that?
You could go right to successcircle.biz, B-I-Z. All of our programs are listed on there.
All right. Anything else you want people to know?
We just want to thank you for having us in today, helping us spread the word. If you are or know of a woman in our community who is looking for a community, we're it. We invite you to join us. So come to a workshop or come to coffee.
And one more shout out to the ARC again. We started working with them, partnering with them. They let us call their space our home. So we just want to give them a shout out. They're doing great things in the community.
Nice.
Awesome.
And again, to be able to take this step and have your, I almost equate this to, we have had kids. I've had kids going on to college, trying to go on to graduate school, and what's the first thing you do? You invest money to get one of those programs that here's what you have to have on your application. This is what you have to do. So we already do this for our own kids to help them succeed. Why not have that investment for your own business?
Well said.
It could change everything.
Well said.
Thank you.
I've gone it alone, and it ain't easy when you do that. So that's all I'll say without getting myself in trouble with our own corporation that we currently work for right now.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Quick break, and we'll come back. Hold tight, 827 at WIBX.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Service. Family owned and operated since 1980, Tallman's is proud to provide trusted professional auto care to our community. From brake repairs and New York State inspections to check engine light diagnostic to four-wheel alignments, Tallman's Tire and Auto Service accept all aftermarket warranties, and they specialize in fleet vehicles, accepting all fleet maintenance programs. When your vehicle needs attention, you can count on them to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Save time and money. Schedule your appointment today at tallmanstire.com.
Get a smile for every season at Rosansky Family Dentistry. For crowns to veneers, we'll keep you smiling all year long. We're also excited to welcome Dr. Kataria to our team. With her arrival, we now offer Friday appointments from 8 a.m. to noon, giving you more flexibility for the care you need. Call us today at 315-732-1981 to schedule your visit. That's Rosansky Family Dentistry, 1 Paris Road, New Hartford. Find us on Facebook or online at uticasmiles.com.
Embarrassed by ugly yellow toe fungus?
Living with toe fungus it's embarrassing. I was afraid to take my socks off. I hid my yellow and crumbly toes from everybody.
Introducing Crystal Flush. Crystal Flush is the only FDA-registered 2-in-1 home treatment that attacks your toe fungus from both the inside and out. Crystal Flush's new and different combination system knocks out toe fungus for good. Guaranteed.
Crystal Flush is different. After just a few weeks, my fungus was gone. 100% disappeared. Crystal Flush was the only thing that ever worked. So if you're skeptical because you tried a bunch of other stuff, Crystal Flush is different. This is a game changer.
Crystal Flush is now available without a prescription, but it is not available in stores. Get your risk-free supply today. Go to crystalflush.com. That's CRYSTAL flush.com. Stop being embarrassed by ugly yellow toenails. Go to crystalflush.com or call 800-204-4484.
Brought to you by Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer. And online at tallmanstire.com.
Possibility starts with the right financial solutions. From Americu Credit Union. Get started today at americu.org/possibility.
Good morning. We have cloudy skies now, 19 degrees. Good morning. I'm Jeff Manaske. WIBX 950 AM 92.3 FM news time is 8:30. Security is tight in lower Manhattan, where Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro is set to make his first court appearance after his capture by U.S. forces this past weekend. Maduro, his wife, and an adult son are charged with drug trafficking. President Trump has said the U.S. will now effectively run the South American nation, at least for the time being. Police responding overnight to Vice President J.D. Vance's home in Cincinnati, Ohio. Video from the scene showed windows apparently damaged in what may have been an act of vandalism or an attempted break-in. Local police say a suspect is in custody. The Secret Service has not yet commented. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz set to hold a news conference today where a major announcement about his political future is expected. Reports began circulating Sunday, backed up by a political insider with knowledge of the situation, that Walz will likely drop out of the 2026 race for governor. It all comes as the one-time Democratic VP nominee has faced growing national criticism over numerous fraud scandals, as well as pressure from fellow Democrats over his search for a third term as governor. Gas prices remain under $3 a gallon as we start the first full week of 2026. This is nationally. AAA puts the average cost for a regular gallon of fuel at $2.81, effective this morning. The 31st annual Critics' Choice Awards are in the books, marking the official start of the 2026 awards season. Host Chelsea Handler used part of her monologue to honor late director Rob Reiner, who she called the nicest guy in Hollywood. One battle after another was named Best Picture. Best Actor went to Timothée Chalamet for his role in Marty Supreme, and Jessie Buckley walked away with the trophy for Best Actress for her role in Hamnet. And the Las Vegas Raiders have clinched the first overall pick in the NFL Draft. Vegas secured the pick after the New York Giants defeated the Cowboys 34-17 on Sunday. And despite the fact that the Raiders beat the Chiefs on Sunday, Vegas does get the first pick. Indiana quarterback and Heisman Trophy winner Fernando Mendoza is the early favorite to be taken with the first overall pick. The draft is in April, I believe, 107 days away. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 8:32. Here's a look at your Weather Center forecast.
All right, in the short term, maybe through most of the week, it's more mild or at least reasonable temperatures than cold, but the cold's coming back. Snow showers around today, not looking for much in the way of accumulation. There could be a couple of inches in some spots. 28 tonight, some snow showers, and then tomorrow it's rain showers in the afternoon, 37. Chance of rain and snow showers Wednesday. For the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stitchick, WIBX 950 AM at 92.3 FM.
Right now we have cloudy skies, 18 degrees at 8:33.
Got a bunch of stuff, your comments, and we have a bunch of them that we'll get to coming up. Also, have you seen this this new sock toss that is coming up? We'll talk about that in a second. Hold tight at WIBX.
Some of the best rock you've ever heard is coming to the Rome Capitol Theater. Witness two amazing tributes on one stage. One Wild Night, the ultimate Bon Jovi experience. And the best shot, the Pat Benatar experience. It's all happening January 17th with Best Shot on stage at 7:30 p.m. and One Wild Night at 9 p.m. Get your tickets now at RomeCapital.com. Presented by Entertainment Services.
Hurt in a car? Call William Mattar. 315-444-4444.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere. From dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Progressive Commercial presents Heroes That Keep Truckers Going. Today's hero, the vending machine restocker who gave you a free energy drink. Was it out of the kindness of her heart, or was it just one less can she had to stock? Either way, thanks, hero. What else can keep truckers going? Progressive truck insurance with primary liability limits up to $2 million. Get a quote in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage subject to terms and limits.
Ah, the most beautiful time of year is upon us. Tax season. And Tax Slayer is here to help you file with 100% accuracy for your maximum refund. Guaranteed. Tax Slayer even has support from real U.S.-based humans if you have any questions along the way. File your federal return by February 8th for $22.99, and I'll help you get the refund you deserve. Take it from me, a talking calculator speaking to you through the speakers of wherever you are. Tax Slayer. File fearlessly.
We've been overindulging a little more than usual over the holidays. But now, we are starting the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic every day. So if better health, more energy, and detoxing your body are some of your priorities this year, get Active Liver today and start the year off knowing you're giving your liver some well-deserved relief.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com. Or pick some up today at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery. Are now available at Wegmans.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Service, family owned and operated since 1980. Tallman's is proud to provide trusted professional auto care to our community. From brake repairs and New York State inspections to check engine light diagnostic to four-wheel alignments, Tallman's Tire and Auto Service accept all aftermarket warranties, and they specialize in fleet vehicles, accepting all fleet maintenance programs. When your vehicle needs attention, you can count on them to get you back on the road quickly and safely. Save time and money. Schedule your appointment today at tallmanstire.com.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, let's see. We have one other that I want to squeeze in that we want to promote, and that is a business called Backyard Hope. It's a nonprofit founded by Danielle Padula. It's based in the heart of Utica, dedicated to partnering with local school districts and community organizations to support youth and families throughout the region. And of course, Danielle is the vice president of the Utica School Board, as a matter of fact. And of course, is also with Broadway Utica and is on the line right now. Danielle, good morning.
Good morning.
You're busy.
Yeah, you got a lot going on. Yeah.
A lot of coffee.
You know, I got to tell you, I do my I try not to do it every day, but it does 5 shots of espresso. And I'm going to tell you, you want a pool in your backyard, but you're worried that the ground's frozen, give me a shovel and 5 shots of espresso. I'll dig through that ice. I won't even be winded. It's unbelievable.
Oh. I got to try that. I got to have my husband try that.
The problem,
I'm definitely try this.
The problem is when you do it around 4 o'clock, maybe 5 o'clock, you cannot sleep.
Danielle, we went to New York this was a few years ago, for the big MMA signing when MMA was finally allowed in New York.
Big,
I'll never forget it for this reason. On the way home, you had an octi. What you were calling an octi. It was 2 double shots. No, 2 quadruple shots.
An octi would be 8 shots.
Yes. And Danielle, he started scaling a wall that was next to the thruway rest stop. It was like this rock wall. It was an actual part of a mountain, and Bill was going up like Spider-Man.
Yeah, like that guy you see on Netflix. I don't know if you saw any of that. The free, it climbs mountains.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He has no wires to protect him whatsoever.
It's crazy. I was amazed by it.
Don't try that.
some of the other motorists thought Bill was a crackhead. So,
good morning, Danielle. Sorry about all this. But, good morning.
I love it.
Yeah. Your Backyard Hope. Talk about what you do, and obviously you're utilizing the experience that you have with the school district to make all of this work. I assume.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful collaboration between my experience with Broadway Theater League and with the Utica City School District, because with Broadway Theater League, we obviously work with students from across the region, and I was still hearing the same problems, just on maybe a little bit of a smaller scale and different address that we hear within the Utica City School District. So I was like, there really is a problem all over, and I feel like I can use my resources and my network to really help those families. More importantly, the students in need, and the easiest way to access them is through the various school districts. So we serve Oneida and Herkimer County schools and agencies.
So talk about what you're doing on Friday night at the Comets game.
Well, I'm hopefully just receiving a whole lot of socks, but I know they're doing the sock toss, which is actually our number one request is socks and toothbrushes from the youth or the families in need. So we're really, really excited about that. New socks is an endless request that we get pretty much daily.
So how is this going to work? Is it's kind of like the teddy bear toss, but you're tossing new socks.
Yeah.
All
From
right.
what I understand, thousands of pairs are received, and we're lucky enough to be a recipient of that.
I see. So it's their event, and you're a recipient of it, your organization.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And that's Friday night's game. Bring socks. We'll talk to the Comets more about that as we get closer. All right. Anything else you want people to know about Backyard Hope, Danielle?
No, everything can be found at backyardhope.org. And if you have new or gently used clothing that you're looking to donate or want to be a part of our hygiene drives, you can find all the information on how to donate or get involved right on our website.
Okay, good stuff. Things going good with Hobica and the school board? All is good?
Yeah, I mean, Joe, we love Joe. We love Crazy Joe. It was a nice, quiet 2 weeks with school being out.
Yeah.
So I'm sure my phone will be ringing shortly.
It will be.
No, things are great. We're super blessed with an amazing district, staff, and students, and really looking forward to things to come this year.
I'm writing that down. Crazy Joe. Okay.
Crazy Joe.
Crazy Joe. Davey, don't even think about it. Don't go calling him that. It won't work well for you.
It's either Uncle Joe or Crazy Joe.
Okay,
That's
fair
what
enough.
we usually call him.
All right, Danielle, good stuff. And again, go to
All right.
backyardhope.org. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You do the same, Danielle Padula. Got a lot going on there.
Absolutely. She's very busy, and this is a worthy cause. It's unfortunate. It's really sad when you hear about this, that some families and students, young people, struggle with basic things like clean socks or socks that don't have holes, toothbrushes, toothpaste, stuff like that, basic hygiene things. So it's the community's opportunity to help out, and I think she'll get a good turnout on Friday night.
All right, so we, before we left for the holiday break, announced that Jimmy Fallon, who you can hear weekdays here on WIBX from noon until 3, or you can watch on his show, Jimmy Fallon's Fox News Saturday Night. What's it called? Saturday Night?
Yeah.
Davey? I mean, you're the
his best friend,
closest connection.
It's Fox News Saturday Night with Jimmy
Fallon.
Your main man.
Yeah, and he's coming to town. It'll be on Saturday, February 7th at the Rome Capitol Theater, and tickets are on sale right now. I believe tickets start at $30, $30 and up. So there's some, or $35. Great seats, still available. Go to romecapital.com for details, and we have some comments out there.
Yes, this comment comes from Fred in Clinton. This is, we were talking with Eben Brown this morning about Republicans running in New York State for statewide office. He says, Republicans in New York State, this is Fred in Clinton. Regarding Republicans in New York State, he says, a stat I heard after the 2022 election for governor, when Lee Zeldin ran, 1/3 of the coalition that elected Republicans like George Pataki and Rudy Giuliani has either died or left the state of New York.
Yeah. I think that's pretty fair because the numbers are not like that anymore. It is. I don't know how I don't see an opportunity. That's why I felt like the move for Stefanik was a bad move. I just didn't expect her to leave Congress too.
Right, and I think that's a reflection of how bad the relationship became between her and Trump. Now you got Stefanik leaving. Today is Marjorie Taylor Greene's last day. There are other Republicans who are stepping out. There is talk that after the dust settles, it's possible that the Republicans will lose control of Congress before the midterm elections because so many Republicans, I guess, are leaving. Essentially, they get the opportunity, the party gets the opportunity to appoint a replacement, or do they run that by election if it's a resignation?
That depends on state. It's a state by state, because if you remember all we were going through with Elise Stefanik when she was leaving, I believe it's state by state how that is done. Nonetheless, it is going to make for a very interesting 2026 election season, and we're going to be pounded because you're going to be looking here at 2 congressional districts that this area is going to be hit with, which means a lot of television and radio commercials.
Just a quick follow-up on that comment from Fred. As of mid-2025, so about 6 months ago, the numbers were about 22% of registered New York State voters were Republicans, 22%. On the Democrat side, it's almost 50%, and then the rest, I guess, you have third party and independent.
Well, the right now, independent voters outnumber Republicans in New York State.
It's 25 to 22.
Yeah,
New York's got to be the only state where that's the case.
I don't know that
independents.
That's
more than one of the major parties.
I do think it's a national trend, but I don't know that those numbers are duplicated anywhere else, but probably in some blue states. Either way, it's going to be an interesting year to see where all of this goes.
Right.
And which is why I think you see Trump trying to get as much done as he possibly can before the end of this year, because who knows what's going to happen afterwards. History says the Democrats will win. History also says, at least modern history says, the Democrats can't get out of their own way. So where does it all go? It remains to be seen. Some other comments off YouTube. By the way, search Keeler live stream. It's right there. You can actually subscribe, and it'll be in your inbox every morning when we go live.
And again, that's a free subscription. You don't have to be. I actually
it's not YouTube
this.
TV. It is
correct,
but it could be YouTube. You can watch YouTube on TV.
Yes, I had to explain this to a family member who said, "I used to love watching you, and we don't."
So you can watch
to YouTube
every morning.
TV. I said it's absolutely free. When you say subscription, it is not a money subscription. It just notifies you every time we're on.
YouTube TV will cost you $80 or something a month.
Right.
We are not on YouTube TV.
Correct.
We're on YouTube, which is free on your computer, on your phone. But also there's an app on your TV. If you have a newer TV, you can watch right on your television. Or if you have Roku or any of those, it's all easy and right there.
Hi, Mom.
And I've been to several of Jimmy's shows, never disappointed. Looking forward to seeing my Jimmy at the Capitol. And I love bringing it to the Capitol Theater, which is really a beautiful theater. We're very lucky to have both the Capitol and the Stanley Theater.
Mm-hmm.
Stanley for this show is just a little bit too big. Rome Capitol is perfect for this show. And Timothy Toolman says, has anyone made any New Year's resolutions? I at this point in my life, I swear I do these resolutions and I never follow through. So I will certainly, I can guarantee you that one of my commitments, we'll call it, is to eat less than I did over the course and drink less than I did over the course of the last 2 weeks. And I am confident that I will meet that goal because I had a lot of food and there were a lot of parties.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, I guess, and I'd like to lose some weight, and honestly, the smoking, I've got to get rid of this at some point.
Did you make a resolution for that?
I did not make any resolutions. I'd like to be better. Is that a cop-out? It's non-committal. I'd like to be better. Over the course of a year, that's such a...
You're how old now?
42.
And you have at least, 35 of those years, you're conscious of the fact that any plans you make with resolutions always seem to fail anyway. So you can have a little, I think, some indecision. At least it's realistic.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I know me. So, unfortunately.
Mike this morning, many people have wanted to give you a sock, but not the kind you wear on your feet. Oh, a sock 'em to you type sock. And also says, I suspect that independents in New York are Republicans who are disaffected with Trump. And I think there's a lot of that. So many of those independents may lean Republican. However, I do think that that there are many independents who are younger, who don't want to affiliate with any party, who may be a little more liberal than, at least in New York, than you would think.
Yeah,
So-
and I understand that. I totally respect that, because what happens is, and you'll even see this with friends and family, they'll say, oh, you're a this or you're a that, and automatically the assumption is you've signed on to let's say someone says you're a Republican, you've automatically signed on to everything Trump's ever done or said, or any policy he's ever had. And we know there's just so much nuance to that.
Yeah.
So, and then if you say, well, I'm a Democrat, or I lean Democrat, then they think you hate Trump, you never liked one thing he did, you worship Obama, you loved Biden, that you loved Joe Biden, and let's be honest, that's not the case. There's so much nuance there where you like this, you like a little bit of that, you don't like this, you wish this person didn't run, or you wish this person would run again, whatever the case might be. There's so much nuance to that. So I totally respect I can say I'm independent, and I can deflect all the social media hate that gets sent in every direction.
Watching any streaming? I mentioned earlier we watched the Pit, and we've gone through, I think, 13 episodes of it. It is intense and not for everybody. And
Right.
in a lot of cases,
It's
graphic.
So blood and stuff, yeah.
I won't get into everything, but it's really kind of a cool concept where it starts. It's really 14 episodes over the course of 14 hours in an ER. So every episode is a different hour. I like it. I think it's good. However, it's traumatizing. When you watch this thing, your heart is beating and you go to bed that way if it's the last thing you watch at night. So beware, it's not for everybody.
And what's it on?
It is on HBO. Max. Yep. The music of Prince has surged. You had this story earlier after a couple of songs from Purple Rain were used in the finale of Stranger Things. Speaking of streaming, huge end of the year for Stranger Things. In one scene, Murray Bauman puts the phonograph needle to the 80s album, and here is actually a little clip of that.
All right, the countdown begins.
Showtime, step-ups.
Doves cry.
So these are all songs that are actually in Stranger Things that are booming right now because of the streaming show. So, of course, When Doves Cry, Purple Rain.
Yeah, and this show is very set in the 80s.
It is, and a lot of these songs have done really well. Landslide by Fleetwood Mac, especially on Spotify, finding a new audience that may not have, maybe hearing this stuff for the very first time. Landslide, Fleetwood Mac, The Trooper by Iron Maiden, At Last by Etta James, Here Comes Your Man by the Pixies, sorry, I can't read, and Heroes by David Bowie.
So Spotify says Purple Rain is up 243% since the Netflix season finale of Stranger Things debuted, and When Doves Cry is up over 200%.
The series finale of Stranger Things hit theaters and began streaming on New Year's Eve. Several of the show's stars surprised audiences in various movie theaters in the bigger cities, showing the finale. The show posted this on Saturday.
We just got to the theater where they're going to play the
Stranger Things finale.
How are we? Is everyone excited?
This has been my life, and to be able to sort of like end this journey with you guys and at home is like the best thing I could ever ask for. So
thank you for being the best fans.
This would not be happening tonight if it was not for you guys. For real.
It would be pretty cool to be at the movie and all of a sudden the stars of the movie show up, right?
That is cool, but it's not going to happen in New Hartford.
Not going to happen here, probably. What else do I have?
I will say, though, this idea, and I've talked about this before, like this would be perfect, I think, my opinion. Maybe they've looked at it and it doesn't make sense. But for like a Buffalo Bills game, playoff game, you rent out the theater, you show the game on the giant screen. You have Bills fans. You don't have to dim the lights all the way down, and what they make their money off is the popcorn and the soda, right? You're not paying a rights fee for a movie. You can get these games not only streamed for free, but you can also get them on digital antennas for free.
Yeah.
Right? So there's low cost for the theater, and you could bring it in, and it's like a giant, a giant, I'll say just a big Bills party. Now, what's lacking there is probably alcohol, although some theaters do serve alcohol.
Some do. Yeah, they absolutely do.
But I just think it's a cool thing, and I've seen there's one particular angle I think they've used on Sunday Night Football where there's like a camera near the corner of the end zone, but it shoots the whole field, and it looks like that's where you're sitting,
like
you're sitting in that section. So I just think it's a unique thing, and I know theaters are trying to stay alive.
It may be a future thing to take advantage of, and you're there. You kind of get that feeling like you are at a game. So we'll see where all of that goes.
You can put fans through tables, all that stuff. You feel like you're right at home.
How about the guy yesterday they had on CBS? He did the table. What do they call it? Breaking the table, where you're the Bills Mafia thing, and he jumps off the back of the truck, and the table didn't break. He had to get back up on the truck and do it again to finally break the table.
That chiropractor business is booming out in Buffalo.
I would think so. And then, did anybody watch any of New Year's Eve? Flipping around once again. What's his name from CNN? With the guy from Housewives, bombed. They were bombed out of their minds.
Yeah,
drunk again on TV.
Smitty, who was he? He was calling. Was it Trump? He was calling somebody out.
No, he went after.
Was it Andy Cohen?
Andy Cohen and
Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Cooper, and he doesn't drink. Anderson Cooper doesn't drink, so he's with a couple of drinks. He's sloshed.
Andy Cohen was sloshed too,
and so was he. And at the end of the show, apparently he went after Mayor Adams.
Yes.
After midnight, he made a racial comment.
It was a racial comment.
I don't think it was racial.
Let me go.
Did you hear that?
I'll go see.
I haven't heard anything
race-related.
I just seen tweets about it that they said it was kind of racial.
I don't know about that. But
well, if it wasn't racist, it had to be sexist or misogynist.
Well,
right?
I think it was just he was
one
ripping into him, and glad that he's gone. Maybe there was something that was racial there. I guess I didn't see it. But how about all of the weight that that Jelly Roll has lost?
And
he's lost like 230 pounds.
That much?
I don't know if it's that much.
Goodness,
but it's a lot of weight. It's a ton of weight he's lost.
There's some criticism among many in Hollywood. For instance, Meghan Trainor, she had the song All About That Bass. Remember, and it was about not wanting to have this perfect body, having a little extra weight, maybe.
Yeah. Now she's thin.
She's super thin, and some are saying...
How is it happening? Well, know how it's happening.
Yeah. So some are basically calling out hypocrisy on that, saying, so you say you didn't want to have the perfect body or the magazine cover body. You wanted to have what you have, but when the opportunity arose for you to
do it easily, well, I'm not sure how easily it is, but
that opportunity.
He lost, and then Post Malone lost a lot of weight. Just seeing these guys, I didn't even recognize who they were on New Year's Eve. And the other thing that I did not,
Roll especially,
I did not even recognize him. The other thing that I did not see this year is the downtown Utica New Year's Eve was not on TV this year.
Oh.
It might have been streamed on Facebook, but it was not on. It was not. Usually, I think it runs on Fox, and it was not on TV this year. So I didn't see any of that. But it was, it was a cold night, but a good night, I think, for New Year's Eve in downtown Utica.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. First program in the books for us for 2026. Reminder,
we'll try again tomorrow.
We'll try. Who knows? This could be our last week. Any day could be the last day, but probably not. Who else is going to do it? Right? Remember, Jimmy Fallon tickets on sale now if you want. Go to Rome. capital.com for tickets. They start at $35. The show is coming up on Saturday, February 7th. That is Super Bowl weekend. And it comes to the Rome Capitol in Rome. News is next.
WIBX Utica Rome, W295 From the WB Payne Insurance Studios, your news talk leader since 1925. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now the latest from Fox News.
Venezuela's captured leader is now in a New York City courthouse. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
This is what it looks like when you have decisive action to take out and eliminate and arrest and bring to justice individuals who are pouring narcotics into the streets of America and causing deaths to tens of thousands of Americans.
That's what FBI Director Kash Patel just told Fox. And 2 days after the U.S. raid that took Maduro and his wife into custody, they were taken from their jail cells in Brooklyn to face arraignment in Manhattan. Fox's Todd Pyro's there.
Maduro, as we know by now, is accused of running a multi-billion-dollar drug operation in partnership with the cartels, flooding the U.S. with hundreds of tons of narcotics for over 2 decades. He was indicted on 4 counts, including narco-terrorism conspiracy, cocaine importation conspiracy, possession of machine guns and destructive devices.
President Trump said this about Venezuela last night on Air Force One.
The country is a mess. It's been horribly run.
Adding the U.S. is in charge there now, and if the acting president, who was Maduro's VP, Delcy Rodriguez, does not do what's right, she could pay a very big price, probably bigger than Maduro. The president also said, flying back to the White House, Cuba looks like it's ready to fall, and
Colombia is very sick, too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States, and he's not going to be doing it very long.
A reporter then asked if there will be a U.S. operation in Colombia. The president responded, sounds good to me. He also again said the U.S. should take control of Greenland, which Denmark's leader does not like hearing.
Mette Frederiksen says the U.S. has no right to annex any part of the Kingdom of Denmark. That includes Greenland, which President Trump says the United States needs for national security. Danish Prime Minister Frederiksen says it's time to stop the threats against a historically close ally.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. A man's in custody in Ohio, arrested by Secret Service early this morning, accused of vandalizing Vice President Vance's home in Cincinnati. The VP and his family were not home at the time. America's listening to Fox News.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry,